Welcome back to Man Now Sports. I'm 100% on my predictions for this final series. I'm 100%. I picked every single game, the winner and the loser, with explanations on why and all of that stuff from game one all the way to game five. And I got one more prediction to go. And if I'm right about that one, then we got to have some conversations, right? So my prediction, if you haven't been privy to it, was exactly how it went, and I picked OKC to win Game 6 as well and close it out, and it's not going 7. So that means OKC would have had to won 3 straight games to close this series out, which is I mean, everyone was expecting a dominating performance from OKC, like them to come out here and sweep them or gentleman sweep. So I mean, imagine I can imagine a dominating sweep or gentleman sweep would look like. If it was a gentleman sweep, it would look like winning both your games at home, protect the home court advantage, losing one game in Indiana and winning one game in Indiana, and then coming back, and this would have been your closeout game tonight in game 5. That's dominating. Of course, a sweep would be you win 4 straight, don't even give them an opportunity, right? So OKC didn't do that. They dropped game 1 as I predicted, and they won. They split their home court games. They lost home court advantage and split those games. Came back to Indiana, tied at 1, and then they lost game 3. And then right now they're on a 2-game win streak. They've won game 4 and game 5, as I predicted as well. So winning a third one, 3 in a row, I think that show a little bit of dominance, but not as much as you didn't drop those 2 games, right? But if you really look at how these games have went, they stole game 4 because Indiana controlled their game from start way to the fourth quarter, and then OKC took over in the fourth. They controlled game 1 though. They controlled game 1 and game 2, and they really controlled game 4. Well, no, I'm sorry, game 5. This one. So they've controlled 3 games, 100%. Showed dominance. Went up huge. At least 15-point advantages and stuff like that. But then they take their foot off the gas, right? So that's a maturity thing, and that's a experience thing. They got to get better with that. Luckily, they could have been playing somebody like Boston in the finals, and I don't think they could have made those type of mistakes and still won this series if they end up going on to win the series. So yeah, I think they was in control of 3 out of the 5 ball games so far. But one of them they was in control of, they lost. Right? They lost in the fourth quarter, but the same way they lost that game, they won game 4. So kudos to them and sticking it out. Shout out to J-Dub, man. Shout out to Jalen Williams for his 40-point game, career high in the playoffs. Huge. Led all scorers tonight. Huge baskets, the type of baskets that SGA would normally get. And they both took turns, but that was obviously J-Dub up front. And you seen toward the fourth quarter, SGA tried to take over the game, but he was hit or miss. He wasn't his normal dominant self, right? So not his normal dominant self. But shout out to J-Dub for that, for sure, 100%. Shout out to TJ McConnell for making it interesting in the third quarter, telling everybody that you got to guard me and all that stuff, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to Siakam. I feel bad for Halliburton for going down early and hurting his calf. So that's gonna be. I mean, he got a day and a half off. I think they play. What's today? Monday. So they play again. They play again Wednesday. I think they play again Wednesday. Let's see. Whenever the 19th is, what's the day? 16th. Tomorrow, 17th. Wednesday. Oh, so they play Thursday. Yeah, they play Thursday. Okay, so they got 2 days off. So I think he'll be fine by that game. He'll get enough treatment, get enough rest. He'll be fine. Plus, they'll be at home. The crowd will be roaring. A couple of things can happen. A couple of things can happen, right? Indiana can come out very desperate, knowing that this is a do or die situation, and you're at home. Come out, do or die, and force a game 7, which is what Denver did, right? Denver was in this situation where they were up 2-1 on OKC, and OKC won 2 straight, one on Denver's floor, one on their home floor. They came out, and OKC had an opportunity to close them out, and they didn't. And they ended up going to a game 7. Of course, we know they ended up in the blowout fashion, right? OKC has to be just as desperate as Indiana, right? I don't want to see OKC come out here and have any moments where their foot is off the gas, or any moments where they're taking hero shots and trying to beat them in one play, right? They're going to have to take this slow and methodic and focus and grind it out. And if a blowout come, great. But you can't try to beat them in one shot. You can't beat them in one play, right? So I need to see the desperation from OKC to close this thing out on Indiana's floor. But I also need to see Indiana come out as desperate as well, because they could go 2 ways. They could let doubt creep in right now and understand, dang, man, we can't beat these boys. Like, they just beat us 2 games in a row. This is the first time we lost 2 games in a row in all playoffs. This is the first time we've been down in the series all playoffs, right? Now we're hunting. Now we have to hunt for our food, right? So, and that's a little bit different. And the food that we're hunting, they got a hunting gun. They got a hunting knife and a hunting gun as well. Right, it's a little bit different when you hunting a sheep or you hunting something that don't hunt back. But when the prey comes the predator and they're hunting back, it's a little bit different. So especially when your back is against the wall, you out of bullets now, and now what you gonna do, right? So that could go 2 ways. Like I said, they can come out here, give it their best shot in the first quarter, and if they get punched in the mouth very early, the doubt can creep in, and then they could be waving a white flag sometime in the third quarter early, right? So those 2 things can happen. Or they come out and it's a street fight, it's a battle, and it goes down pretty much to the fourth quarter, and it goes down to the wire. But both of those things can happen, right? So we'll see what's going to happen. My prediction is, whatever happens, OKC comes out on top. They close it out in Indiana. What a good way to win the series. And so far, SGA is my MVP, which brings me to my next point. Now that the OKC Thunder, so what happened before when SGA looked like he was going to win MVP? The Jokic haters, or the Jokic fans that hate SGA, start complaining about you can't win it over someone who had a historically great season like Jokic, right? Forget the defense, forget the 18 plus wins more that his team had. You can't win it over someone who had a historically great season, statistically, because it wasn't historically great in terms of team success. Just stats, right? And if the awards just come down to stats, then we got to call it something else, offensive player of the award, offensive player of the year, or something like that, right? So the first attempt was, you can't cheat Jokic like this. This is crazy. This is whatever you want to call it, right? You can't cheat Jokic. Then once it looked like, okay, there's nothing you can do to stop this, and Shea was just having 30-point out and 40-point out, and he just kept having these explosion games, and it became obvious that Jokic wasn't going to get it. And then Jokic sat out like 5 straight games, and Jokic and SGA just kept having great games, and it was obvious SGA was going to get it. And then more people in the media start saying, yeah, SGA is going to get it. Then they start saying, oh, well, but he's a foul merchant. I was like, oh, but do you see how he contort his body and get these fouls? And I'm like, this coming from a Jokic fan, from a 7 foot, 1,700 pound center that flops more than a fish out of water. Y'all are complaining about somebody exaggerating calls when contact. I was like, that is rich from a Jokic fan. Very interesting. Right. So that was their second attempt. He's flopping all over the place, and he's a free throw merchant. If it wasn't for the free throws, then he wouldn't be leading in scoring. You know, that was an attempt, right? Then once they got, ready for the playoffs, then I heard someone say, and I don't know if this was a tweet or where I saw this at. I seen this somewhere. Somebody posted it. One of the Jokic fans posted it, and they said, the playoffs will show you everything you need to know about the MVP award. And I was like, oh, wow. What does he know that I don't know? I can't wait to see this. What's going to happen in the playoffs? And then SGA and Denver met, and then Denver ended up going home. So that was done. That attempt was done, right? Then it was like, this team is historically great, and it's on pace to be the best team that ever played. But, and I know this move. I know this move because I've seen people do it. I've seen Stephen A. Smith do it. I've seen a lot of people do it. So it's this move where you obviously don't want to root for a team or a guy. But when they beat your team, what else can you say? And when they can keep succeeding in the playoffs, what else can you say? Because you can't hope that they lose because it looked like they're not going to lose. So what do you say? You stack how good the team is so high that if it fails, we can say it's the all-time choke job. But if it succeeds, we can be like, of course, it's the historically great team. So we ain't even got to act like it's nothing special. Like there's no team better than this. Like, this is the best team ever in life. Like they're saying it's historically the best team the NBA has ever seen. That's what they're saying. So if you win it, we really can criticize that depending on how you win, because if you don't sweep everybody, we can critique you and say, y'all almost choked. You went 7 games with Denver and Indiana had you down 2-1 and all this stuff. You can say all of these things and be like, oh, well, so you set it up to where you don't have to celebrate them if they win. But if they lose, you get to say it's an all-time choke job. So that's what they was trying to do now, or not now. That's what they was trying to do when they were down in this series, is set it up for this choke job narrative. We can't wait. They probably had the thumbnails ready. It's going to be a choke job. And then now, since they're up 3-2, I just happened to look on X or Twitter, what do you want to call it, just to look at some of the Jokic fans, just to see what they're tweeting. You know what they're tweeting now? You know what the narrative is now? The narrative is, well, when Jokic won, he got finals in the MVP. And now they're trying to say the finals MVP is Jalen Williams. So now the narrative is the final. Oh, is somebody in the comments saying it? Oh, see, there we go. So we got some Jokic fan in the comments. Look like somebody saying he's the finals MVP. So now the new narrative is, even if they win, now we get to have a narrative of SGA didn't perform well and J-Dub outperformed them. And now we go, let's just hope that J-Dub get finals MVP, because we got to have something negative to talk about them, because all summer long, we can't allow this dude, SGA, who just got an MVP this year that they feel like Jokic should have got. We can't allow this dude to just have his cake and eat it too. Like, you can't have the best record in the league, get the scoring title, get votes for a NBA defensive team, get the did I say scoring title, first team All NBA, Western Conference MVP, and then finals win and finals MVP. Like, we just can't allow you to do all of that. Like, no, that we just can't allow that to happen. We have to poison the water some way, somehow, right? But enough about that. What about my predictions, right? So last game when they tied the series up at 2, when they tied it up at 2-2, I was talking to T-Bert. He called in. I was talking to T-Bert. Shout out to T-Bert, one of my favorite callers, man. So I was talking to T-Bert, and I told him, I said, man, there was something I seen in the fourth quarter that I think OKC can use, and that was, the more mobile body of Kenrick Williams trying to guard Siakam. Now, Siakam went off for 28 tonight, so it wasn't much of nobody stopping him. But the minutes that Kenrick Williams got whenever he was matched up on Siakam, I did like what I saw in the fourth quarter of last game. So I thought that OKC would come out and use him a little bit more. I think he played about 7 minutes last game. He ended up playing 10 this game, but he played them early. He played those minutes first quarter and second quarter, I think. He might have got maybe 1 or 2 minutes in the third, but no minutes in the fourth, right? But I think early on in the first quarter that he was able to help OKC get that lead, because I didn't see Siakam actually having like one of those moments in the first quarter where he was putting his stamp on the game, right? It did happen eventually. He went off in the third quarter. Like his third and fourth quarter was amazing. But early on when Kenrick was out there, I like what I saw from him. And this is me talking about it. This is me saying I think they should use him a little bit more on Siakam. This was after last game. I will say this though, they did find something in the fourth quarter. They put number 34, what's his name? Is it Kieran Williams?
Williams.
Kieran Williams. Yeah, number 34.
Kenrick
Williams. He's a power forward that moves like a small forward. So he's kind of he's not a thin guy. He can help on the glass and rebound and stuff like that. But what's good about him is that he can stay in front of Siakam. They put him in the fourth quarter, and he probably played about 4 straight minutes. And every time Siakam tried to get by him, he couldn't get by him. I thought that was
how tall is he?
He's probably about 6'7", 6'8".
Okay, all right, that's cool.
I thought they found gold with that, and I think he'll get more minutes in OKC.
You might be right, because I'm looking at the numbers. He plays almost 8 minutes, but man, he had a positive plus minus of 15 in only 8 minutes. So you might go to some gold there.
Yeah, and I guess they seen what I saw, and they gave him a shot early on, and he didn't do bad. Siakam did end up with 28 points off 15 shots. He hit 3 threes. He had 6 turnovers though, right? So and a lot of that was early on, they really came out and got this game early in the first quarter. And after that, man, they really played average second quarter, third quarter for sure, and half of the fourth quarter, and then they finally came alive in the fourth to finish them off. So that's how the game was. But shout out to Kenrick for getting those minutes. Shout out to OKC for noticing that. Maybe they watch Man Down Sports after the show. I don't know. Maybe that's where they got the idea from, or maybe great minds think alike. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I had some other things that I said about my prediction for game 4. So they going back to OKC. OKC should get some calls. They haven't had a huge OKC game yet. This might be the one. I mean, this might be the game where SGA get 10 free throws, OKC hit 15 threes, and they get 20 turnovers, and they win by 20. All right, this might be the game. So that was what I thought was going to happen. I thought, hey, this is an OKC game. This is the one we're going to see where they can hit some threes, because they hit 3 threes last game, didn't get none. So my prediction was 15 threes. They fell short of that. They got 11. My prediction was 15 plus. Was it 20 turnovers? I think I said 20 turnovers. They did get how many turnovers they ended up with? They did end up with 22 turnovers. So I hit on that. I almost hit on the threes. And then SGA did get his 10 free throws. So all the things I thought was going to happen, I was like, okay, SGA is going to get foul calls this time. It's not going to be easily for you to just rough him up. They're still going to call it physical, but he's at home. these are the whistles that he's supposed to get, and he will get them. And he got to the line 10 plus times. They had 14 threes, so I was close. Oh, I'm looking at Indiana. You're right. Yeah, 14. Yeah, they had 14 threes, so I was real close. 14 threes, 22 turnovers. I mean, I was on point with almost all of it, right? I was like, yeah, this is going to be the game that, they look like OKC a little bit. 15 plus, 20 plus turnovers, 15 threes, 10 free throws for Shea. My prediction was right, -1 3-pointer, right? So I thought that was good. I knew the bench was going to be able to help out. So Wiggins and Wallace actually played a lot better in this one. Yeah, I mean, everything I expected to happen happened, right? And don't let me forget about my real prediction. End of the day, I already knew this was going to happen. I already knew they was going to lose game 1. They'll probably win game 2. They'll probably lose game 3 in Indy, and then they'll win game 4, and then they'll come back to OKC tied at 2, right? And when they come back to OKC tied at 2, they'll take the 3-2 lead, and then they go back to Indy to close it out, and they will close it out. I don't think this goes 7. They ended in 6 on Indy's floor, but it'll be a 4-2 finals win for the OKC Thunder. So how many people in the audience believe that's what's going to happen? And then when did y'all start believing it? I want to know. And Rap Guy Reloaded asked me, are Jokic fans racist? Well, I've never met a Jokic fan, so I couldn't answer that question. I think in order for you to be racist, you have to do racist things toward a particular race, right? So I refrain from using the word racist, but I will say, are they biased toward their own race? And the answer probably would be yes. I mean, and some people have unconscious bias. Like, you can be biased toward anything and not be conscious about it, right? So you might think that your love for Jokic is just based on his stats and his numbers, but what the connection really is if you switched everything and Jokic had all of Shai Gilgeous numbers or all of Embiid numbers, and Embiid had the triple-double numbers, you probably would find a way to argue for the numbers that your guy has, right? It's not a lot of people that can come with a criteria, right? There's not a lot of people that can have a criteria and put it up there and say, I don't care who meets this criteria, that the person who meets this criteria the most is the person I'm going to consider the most for the MVP award. It's not a lot of people that had that in their brain. This is the reason why I document these things, because when people come with accusations about me doing something based on some bias, I'm like, I'm biased toward my own formula. Like, I've created a formula that's years old. This ain't nothing that I change every year. This ain't nothing that I came up with just for one particular player. This is my formula for basketball, period. I can take this formula and move it right over to the WNBA and choose my MVP the same exact way I do in the NBA. This is the same formula. I can take this formula and take it to the Olympics and choose my MVP in the Olympics. It doesn't matter. This is my formula. This is my formula for saying how good of a basketball player is. So offensive value, defensive value, team success, that's very simple, right? You don't have to change it up all the time. Like, if you're just advocating for your favorite player and your guy, then it's going to change every year based on how their trajectory or how their season is going. So with Jokic, you can take all of his MVPs and the criteria change every single year. Like, one year, the winning didn't matter. He was in the 6th seed. The winning didn't matter. And then it was like, oh, well, so for me, if Jokic was my favorite player and he was in the 6th seed, team success is very key in my formula. So it will be very hard for me to advocate for Jokic based on my formula or any player that's in the 6 seed. Like I just can't go against my formula for a 6 seed, because that's telling me this is at least 5 other players in your conference that is having more team success based on what they're providing for their team. The ends justify the means, right? You can't, look, just because you're doing more and is leading to less success don't mean I got to honor the more that you're doing. Maybe I found a way to do it so well that I don't have to do 1,000 different things in order for me to get 68 wins. If you got to average a triple double just to get 50 wins, and all I got to do is score and play defense to get 68 wins, why are we honoring and valuing the triple double over the offense and the defense that's being played by the other candidate when it's leading to more success? Right. So that's my whole formula. And I don't have to be biased because I'm just going to honor my formula, not the player that I like. The issue with the Jokic fans is that 1 year he's in the 6 seed and they're saying, okay, now the formula is based on the stats and then we also got to add the caveat that he had players injured. So we gotta consider who was hurt. Oh, MPJ was hurt. That's why he was in the 6 seed. So we just excused team success. And then the year when Jamal Murray and MPJ came back, and then they had more team success, they was like, oh, well, we can give it to Jokic because he got more team success than this other guy. So now team success becomes important when it's good for their guy. And then guess what? The very next year when team success went, the team success pendulum swung to SGA. That was like, oh, well, that don't matter. It's just the triple double. He almost got a triple double. So it's just a bias. They might be conscious about it. They might not be conscious about it. But either way, it's 100% bias. And I don't fault them for it, man. I spare a person, and I'm not gonna call them racist. You get what I'm saying? Like I refrain from doing that, but I wouldn't call a person racist unless I definitely see them say something racist or do something racist. You know what I mean? Like let me see you. I don't know, you the hiring manager, and for some reason you got 100 employees and all of them are the race that you identify with. I'm like, you don't have any other race there. Then okay, then now that looks like you're being a little racist or biased, right? You're turning people down. Like you've turned down 100 applicants that was of a different race, and somehow ended up hiring all the race that you identify with, right? So that right there, that might be some evidence. Or you saying a racial slur. You say a racial slur, okay, well, yeah, you might. I'm gonna go ahead and lean to you might be that, right? But your racial bias, I think you're taught that. You're not born with it, but you're taught that where you're raised at and where you're raised around, what type of people you're raised around, and then society in general is going to teach you some of that as well. And some of it is ego and pride in your own self. Like when you look in the mirror, it's kind of hard to look in the mirror and not be proud of what you see, right? So what happens when you look at a person and it feels like you're looking in the mirror? You see yourself in that person. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta understand when people look at Jokic, especially people from his country, when they look at Jokic, they see themselves. So that heart and that pride comes in. How you bet against that? Like you can't bet against that. Like you see how proud we are when we root against USA in the Olympics. It's pride there, man. We can't lose to these other countries. So it's pride there, right? So because you identify with that. So the people who are from I wanted to say Slovenia, but that's where Luka is from. Where is Jokic from? I forgot where he's from, but people that's from where Jokic is from got a huge sense of pride in Jokic. they're never going to say anything other than Jokic is just the best, Jokic is just the MVP, and they're going to argue against anybody. That's pride, that's ego, right? That's bias, not racism. These could be some of the best folks you ever want to meet. All right, but when you get on that topic of Jokic and some other player, then you might see something different, but it's bias. It's not racist. Now, the people that live here in America that's not from where Jokic is from, they still are able to look at him and see his appearance and say, I see myself in them. They definitely can't look at your SGA or Joel Embiid and say, I see myself in them. Right. So you got to understand what people's heart is aligned with, and is aligned with anything that's closest to them. Right. It's some people that might vote for a small point guard. Like let's say if Jokic, SGA, and somebody like Ja Morant was all in the MVP race, Ja Morant might be the smallest of all of them, right? Point guard. There might be somebody that's biased just for the fact that he's a small guy. Like, how can you not consider this guy? He's the smallest one. Look what he's doing. He's small. So your bias will be toward anything that's close to you. I played small. I played point guard. I played amongst the trees and all this stuff. So now I see a sense of pride when I watch Ja. Or I might be from South Carolina. I'm from North Carolina, but I think Ja's from South Carolina. I'm from South Carolina. I see myself when I see Ja. Like sports fanatics and sports fans, the NBA is full of people like that got a heartstring attached from their heart directly to another person that reminds them of themselves, or they can see themselves in. Right. So that's really what's going on. And that's why so many of the announcers were so pissed off. We don't get a lot of opportunity where we get a white superstar in the NBA or the WNBA. And right now we got Luka, we got Caitlyn Clark, we got Jokic, and the most toxic conversations around basketball is centered, race is at the center of it, right? The Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark thing is nasty, toxic, nasty. It's a lot of racial components to that, right? It's a lot of pride there, right? People can't just enjoy the player that they like. They really have to attack this other player because this other player pissed them off so bad 3 years ago when she taunted their favorite player that they see themselves in. You get what I'm saying? That's like if somebody would have done that to your daughter, it's on sight when you see that person and you ain't never go like that person. That's what's happening because the heartstring of middle class America, especially white America, was attached to Caitlyn Clark her last 2 years in college and still attached to her. So anybody that's gonna touch Caitlyn Clark, that hurts their heart. So now I gotta hate you because you indirectly hurt me by doing something against this girl. You pushed her, you taunted her, you fouled her hard, you talked trash to her, you did whatever that you did, and that hurt me so bad watching it that I have to spew my my hate and my discontent toward you forever until I break you. I must break you. Like their goal is to break Angel Reese, right? So that's one thing. That's a race component to that. Then when you take it to the NBA, you got Luka and Jokic. Like that's I read one of my I read the comment section and one of the guys said, every time a white player gets good, y'all do this like y'all the only one who can have good players in the NBA. And he was like, y'all got all the good players, like so basically what he was saying was like, man, let us have some. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm not lying about what I think. I have a formula. Defense is part of it, and unfortunately, the player that you like the most is not that good at defense. So I mean, I gotta call it like I see it. But your heart is so attached to it. Any critique of that player is going to feel like bias or racial, whatever you think it is, for some reason, and it's not that. It's not that at all. Not for me anyway. I don't know who it is, who that's for, but and somebody got me off on a tangent too. Now I wasn't even supposed to go that long on that topic, but yeah, I mean that's what it is, man. I'm glad I was able to get that off my chest, but hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Let me get into some of these comments because I've been talking for a long time. Oh, that's my guy right there, Sammy K. Yeah. That's Sammy K. He was the guy who said that, he was giving me the question. As a matter of fact, Sammy K, when I open the phone lines up, I want you to call in so we can have this conversation, man. Because I really don't like. I don't want people to walk around here thinking that my basketball opinions consider race. It can't be further from the truth. Not at all. Well, hit the like button too, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Yeah, but yeah, race don't have anything to do with how I come up with my basketball opinion, right? And I don't have a heartstring to no players, right? Just a real quick thought about how I came up, right? One thing I've learned over the years, especially in the military, is that your upbringing, your surroundings, your neighborhood, your family, your school system, all of those things, shape you, especially at a young age where you're most impressionable, right? So you're getting shaped as a person mentally, right? So if you're around a lot of racist people, they're going to put that on you, right? Even they're just going to put that on you, right? So I wasn't around people like that. I really wasn't. So I never really had that as part of me. But on top of that, when I got to the military, if there was any bias there, that started to come out, especially once I started becoming a leader, and it all becomes about how fair you are and giving everybody a equal opportunity and all this stuff. I mean, that's huge. I mean, we got programs just to make sure that there's no bias, age, sex, race, gender identity, all that stuff. Like we got so much documentation that we have to follow in the military to make sure none of that is going on. Like even with our award system. And that's why I have a criteria, because with our award system, we have packets that you study on how they want you to pick your sailors and your Marines for awards. Like you must follow that criteria. And it's almost like a checking the box, right? Like, and everyone is aware of this criteria. That's why we know, like, and then once you go to a board, like, you go in and you competing against 5 or 6 other sailors for this award. And then it's 6 or 7 leaders standing the board from all different types of, like, it's a diverse group of guys or girls. You might have half of them guys and girls. They're all going to be at the chief level or above. Different ages, different jobs, descriptions and stuff like that. So you got a well-rounded group of individuals coming together and using this one formula that's signed off by the Secretary of the Navy, and this is how all the Navy is going to do their awards, right? So it's transparent and it's sailor proof. Like you can't mess this up. Then even after you do it, and you compare your notes, you have to give it up to someone above you for them to look over it to make sure nothing happened that shouldn't have happened, and we followed all the criteria and all the instructions, and then they're sign off over and, well, okay, this was a good board, y'all followed it good, and then that's how we come up with our award. We're not doing that with NBA. There's no criteria. So it's the wild west out there. So then it can be bias. It can be confusion. It can be people that's I'm voting for the person because he played point guard and I played point guard and he's a little guy, so I'm voting for him. Well, I'm voting for this guy because his VORP is higher. Well, this guy ain't even using VORP statistics. This guy ain't even using analytics at all. This guy ain't even using stats. This guy ain't even considering defense. This guy's not considering wins. What are we doing? Right. And that's why it's so much conversation, like me and Sammy had in the comment section, where he's wondering, where is it a race thing for you? No, it's not. It's not. It's my criteria: offensive value, defensive value, team success. That's simple. But yeah, Sammy, hey, I'm glad you're here, man. You definitely call in when I open the phone line up. All right, let's get back to the Pacers game, though. Yeah, so SGA, a 40 ball from J-Dub, about 32 from SGA. He had 4 blocks that was recorded. I seen 5. And then he had 2 steals that was recorded. I seen 4. So he's documented for 4 blocks, 2 steals, and they was crucial steals and blocks. I remember seeing every last one of them. I seen more. So they probably didn't get him down for all of them that he actually had, but he still had those moments where my critique of SGA in the finals has been, he goes to sleep a lot on defense, man. Like, he go to sleep. That was one play he gave up a corner 3. I think he had just got a block, and I want to say Siakam was who he blocked, and he fell to the ground, and Chet Holmgren was right there. So Siakam fell to the ground under the rim, under Chet Holmgren's legs. So SGA knows, well, if Siakam gets up, Chet got him. I'm standing right beside Siakam and Chet, which means somebody's open. And he stood there for 2 seconds before he even looked to see who was open. He just stood there. Like, I guess he thought a quick shot was going to go up and he was going to be there for the rebound. But no, the man that was open was over in the corner. I think it was Obi Toppin. And it was a swing over there, and then Chet had to point to him. And then SGA closed out, a slow closeout, which I'm not 100% mad that, he didn't give up a dunk, but the closeout was horrible. Got out there, got his hand up, Obi Toppin hits the corner 3. And I'm like, come on, SGA, dog, man. Come on, man. Like, seriously, like, why do you go to sleep so much? He does that about 4 times a game where a shot goes up, he don't box out, he just stand after he makes 1 or 2 different rotations and he played defense, it really looked like he preserved his energy sometimes. After he makes 2 efforts on defense, it really looks like he preserving his energy, and he'll forget a box out, and he'll forget a closeout sometimes. Right. But hey, man, that's my major critique of him. Other than that, I ain't mad at how he balled out today. He played pretty good. Him and J-Dub both did. A lot of people showed up. I like the shots Dort hit. That dunk off the rim that Nesmith got. Sheesh. Man, that is crazy. Yeah, we definitely can argue that Shea should be back to back for sure. Definitely. Embiid in 23 days your MVP. How that is that in your formula? I actually went and redid when I was doing my ladder in 2023. Because the podcast was out then. When I was doing my ladder in 2023, I did have Embiid leading that race, and I had Tatum number 2. But when I added a little bit more to my formula where I could actually like pinpoint and put some data into it. And when I came up with it, Tatum was actually by my formula, Tatum was the person that should have been considered the most for the MVP that year. It was Tatum. Right. But during the season I had Embiid, but Embiid was 2 for me that year. Tatum was 1. After I redone it. Jokic is chilling in some river with his ears itching and everyone talking about him. Good. I mean, he's a public figure. He's a NBA superstar, one of the best players in the league. Certainly by his career, it looks like projected, we will be considering him one of the players, like whenever they do the next 25, because right now, well, the first we had the top 50 players of all time. Then 25 years later, we added 25 players. I think this next 25 that comes for the NBA's 100th anniversary, Jokic would definitely be one of those players added to the top 100 players of all time. Right. I think I can say that with some certainty. He's definitely a great player. So, yeah, he's going to be talked about. I don't understand how y'all don't want to hear his name. Like, he should be talked about. I mean, nobody is talked about more than LeBron, good and bad. LeBron ears itching all the time. Yeah, he definitely gets talked about. And I don't know when people say that he's still good. They lost their coach in the season and lost to OKC. Yeah, he's good. But I don't understand why people think that they go guilt or shame you out of critiquing their favorite player. Like LeBron fans do that all the time. Like, you're critiquing LeBron, and here come his fans in the comment section saying, man, y'all still got that man name in y'all mouth. Yeah. You think that's gonna make me stop? No, that's, actually I got a rule. Every time somebody tries to shame or guilt me out of talking about their player, I make an episode just about that player. So Jokic episode coming tomorrow, right? Not just off principle, I got to do it. Lewis said, I defend Nash's MVPs, so therefore SGA MVP is a no-brainer for me. If you look at Bron's MVPs, he was winning 66, 61, 66 games after the first one. Jordan 72, 67, 62, 61, Bird 62, 63, 67, Magic 65 and 63. Winning has to be part of that formula. It has to be. And we can't make any exceptions. We keep making exceptions. We made an exception for Westbrook for MVP. And I'm gonna tell you why that exception was made. And people might not admit to this, but that beef that KD and Westbrook had when he first left OKC to go to Golden State, everyone felt, number one, sorry for Westbrook. Number two, they took Westbrook's side in the beef, right? And the sympathy for wanting to give him something was there. Then he goes and averages a triple-double. Teams is in the 6th seed, though. But everyone was like, well, wait. We know he's not winning at a high clip. But no one has averaged a triple-double since Oscar. We got to be grown men and women at some point and say, who cares? Like, Oscar made history when he averaged a triple-double. I understand when someone says, well, shoot, we ain't never seen this before. Is he the MVP? And I can understand the first person that made history with a triple-double getting the MVP, but I don't understand how Westbrook and then Jokic, the second and third person to do it, oh, they made history. No, the hell they didn't. Oscar made history. Westbrook didn't make history. Oscar did. And the funny thing about that is when Oscar made the history and averaged a triple-double, nobody was fooled by it, thinking that meant that he got to get the MVP. So if the first guy who did it didn't get MVP, why the hell we go give it to the second and the third guy? Oscar didn't get no MVP because guess what? Winning was part of the criteria. Just as of recent and of late, we have fell in love with stats because more stat nerds have come into the sport to enjoy it. Like before, you would very seldom get people who never played basketball be such fanatics of the sport and be such big voices in the sport. You get what I'm saying? Like, you at least had to, like, I at least believe that Stephen A. Smith and Stuart Scott played basketball in gym at least. But it's like a guarantee Nick Wright didn't play no basketball at no point. Nick Wright probably played hopscotch on the side when all the fellas was playing basketball. He probably was over there with the girls playing hopscotch and K-locks. Maybe a little jump rope, or maybe he was doing the jocks' homework while they played basketball. But at no point do I believe he was in there ever practicing his jump shot. He didn't go out for a team. He didn't try to make a team. He didn't get a basketball for Christmas. Like, he's just not a basketball guy. And we continue to surround the sport of basketball in the NBA with people like that. And they're the biggest voices. Right? So they're going to lean to what they know the best. And basketball isn't what they know the best. Numbers are. So they're going to pull out all the stats and numbers they can do. And they're going to come up with all these new. Notice there's a new stat to come out every season. VORP, PER, all types of crazy stuff, man. Just come out with that. Like, all that stuff ain't even necessary. Like, seriously? I mean, the simple stuff is fine. Points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. That's fine. What are we doing all this other stuff? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the only things that are important are you valuable offensively? Are you valuable defensively? And is your team winning? How successful is your team because of those things that you're doing offensively and defensively? All right, not, man, who can stuff the stat sheet? Everyone knew when Wilt was stuffing the stat sheet that's not what wins rings and championships. Everyone knew that. Like, we've already learned this lesson with Wilt. We've learned that lesson. We shouldn't still be falling for the same old stuff. Oh, man, stats, triple doubles. That means he's the best. That means don't mean that. It means that you're like, if everyone was trying to get stats and triple doubles, like, imagine this. One thing that we know for a fact is that when both teams get on the floor, all of those teams are competing for one thing, and that's the W, the win. They're all competing for the win. That's the name of the game. So it don't matter what the conversation is, winning has to be the number one conversation starter and ender. The number one priority, like everything, every award, except maybe Rookie of the Year, because we don't expect rookies to lead their team to huge wins. But everything else, first team, second team, defensive player of the year, coach of the year, like all of that stuff, winning has to be the conversation starter and what ends the conversation. That has to be the foundation of what we're doing. Because that's what we know. Everyone on the floor is playing and competing to get the win. Now, if the NBA changes and say we're not playing for the win anymore, or okay, we are playing for the win, but the team with the most points is not who wins. And if they just change the format of the NBA and say the team who player records a triple double wins, then I would honor the triple double more than I honor anything else. Like, if the triple double meant that you win, then that's what's number one in your criteria. But as long as winning is the only thing we're all competing for, that has to be the number one in all of your criteria. And you can't change it because everybody don't get a triple double every year. So what's going to be let's say, for instance, if Jokic retired this year, right? And that, like, there's no other candidates other than, okay, Luka, he plays triple double basketball. All right, but he loses at a high clip playing triple double basketball. So he probably won't be in the MVP discussion. So let's say the top three guys none of them have anywhere close to triple double. Because SGA don't play that way. He don't play where he don't play triple double basketball. Right? I think the only players in the NBA that play triple double basketball, it used to be LeBron, but he don't do it no more because he's older. Sabonis, he's the hub for, when Mike Brown was in Sacramento. He might play different without Mike Brown, but When Mike Brown was there, he was the hub for the offense, and he flirted with a triple double a lot. Even though he's not as good of a scorer as Jokic or Luka, so his triple doubles was looking like 16, 10, and 8. Like, he wasn't getting 25-point triple doubles or close to it. So it goes unnoticed. But he plays triple double basketball. He gets a lot of assists in that offense. And he only really played point forward. It's just that they start the offense with him somewhere in the middle, and he make a lot of passes out of the high post and stuff like that. Right, he's a good passer. So he plays triple double basketball. Luka plays triple double basketball, and Jokic plays triple double basketball. There's only 3 people who play triple double basketball. The way we've been grading the MVP race now is that if you don't play triple double basketball, you have to have so many wins to even compete, because that's all we value now is triple doubles. And I hate that Westbrook set that up for us, because this man won with his team being in the 6th seed. That's not supposed to happen. That is not supposed to happen, man. All right, let's open the phone lines up, y'all. Let's open the phone line. I was supposed to talk about the game, man. Y'all got me talking about daggone MVPs and Jokic. Man. Cash it. So only 3 people and they are all white. Come on. Yeah, but look, listen. I can't help that. I can't help that. I can't help that. I can't help that. The guys that play triple double basketball are white. I can't help that. Caller from Washington. What's up?
What's up, man? How you doing?
What's good, man? What's your thoughts, man? Hey, I'm 100% right still, man. What's up?
I was telling you, the genie in the lamp or something, guru. Hey, so far so good.
I know, man. What you feeling about Game 6?
Game 6, it was just really a big game from J-Dub and SJ, but really, J-Dub, he came out playing just great tonight from start to finish. No. Tonight was Game 5.
But yeah, tell me about Game 5, but also tell me about the next game, Game 6.
Oh, what my thoughts next game?
Yeah, no, well, both. Tell me about today.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, tell me about both.
I mean, it was really just an avalanche. Everybody played well for the Thunder tonight, especially J-Dub, the 40-piece. And he was doing it on all 3 levels, just getting into the Baja, stopping, popping from the midi, hitting them wide open threes when he got the chance. SJ played well, also played well. I felt like he had a quiet 30-piece. But no, he still had a great game. And it looked like, what did he have, like 5 blocks today? Like, he was really protecting the paint. He had like 4 or 5 blocks. It looked like to me, but he got a lot of blocks.
Yeah, I seen 5, but the score sheet say 4.
Yeah. So sorry, I kind of got to the live a little late, so I don't know if I'm reiterating anything you said, but from the Pacers and when I was just watching the game, I was like, for some reason, I just have a feeling they're going to come back. And they did make a push, but would you, as a coach from Rick Carlisle, I feel like there was getting a big spark for TJ. Would you have kept him in the game?
No, because he did what he was supposed to do. Like, he gave him a spark off the bench. And then when the fourth quarter started, Siakam took over. So
Siakam did take over.
Yeah. So with McConnell, when he comes in off the bench, there's no Tyrese Halliburton on the floor, and I think for most of that time it was no Siakam on the floor as well. So they was looking for somebody to get him a spark, So he did what he was supposed to do, and then it's almost like a relief pitcher. If you come in and you give me the innings you're supposed to give me, I got to go back to my closer.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I came back with my best lineup, my best closers. We had a game 1 where Halliburton didn't have a monster game, but he hit the game winner. You know what I mean? So his late game guys is You know, you got to go home with the person you brought to the prom.
Right. And you said my thoughts for Game 6. Honestly, coming in the series, I thought it was going to be a 7-game series. I believe you said you think it's going to be next game's going to be over.
In 6.
A big 6. I got to see how, because if Tyrese, I believe they said he hurt his calf.
Yep.
So if he hurt his calf, I believe it might be over for Game 6. He wasn't a threat on offense at all tonight. And they really need him just to be at least a spark on offense for them to even compete. So just depending how the calf is, I did predict it to go 7, but if it gets worse, then I have it getting finished at 6. And I do believe it will be a close game. Indiana going back home. They're going to get more of a spark off the bench, being with their home crowd and everything. But at the end of the day, I just feel like SGA will probably take over towards the end of the game. I'm not too sure. This is going to be my prediction. I'm not too sure how well J-Dub will play next game, but I believe they might close it out, just depending on Tyrese's health.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, man. Hopefully J-Dub shows up and plays well. Hopefully everybody does, man. I'm ready for this to be over so I can start concentrating on WNBA. I'm gonna be invested in that, man. I love WNBA, man. So
man, I'm disappointed in myself because I really wanted to get into WNBA this year. Because to be honest, I really haven't watched much of. This is the first year ever I didn't really watch much of NBA in the regular season. So I want to get into the WNBA, but the way that people talk, I see on social media, don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of Caitlyn Clark. I'm not trying to bash her or anything, but with the comment section is when I see them talking about Caitlyn Clark, talking about how she's already the best player in the league and everything, I'm I don't think she's better than Asia Wilson at all. I'm not even sure if she's a top 10 player in the league.
Well, you know what? You know what's interesting though, and this is not even a hot take. She's not even better than Paige Buchers.
I was about to say, Paige is a bad woman. She's a bad woman.
Paige is so good, and then she plays defense too.
She had like 30 the other night.
35. She had 35. Yeah. And if you seen how she get her points, it's 1 dribble pull-ups. It's 2 dribble pull-ups. You get what I'm saying?
True. She can also get to the rim.
She can also get to the rim, and she posts up and turns with the fadeaway. This girl got so much game. It was different on how they was taught because she went to UConn and got taught by Gino. I don't care how good you are. You can be Tarazi, you could be Paige, you could be Lobo, you could be Maya Moore. He's not letting you take logo threes, even if you can hit them. He's not going to let you. He's not letting you dribble the air out of the ball. He's not going to let you do that. I have about 5 5-star players on this team and probably 5 4-stars. You're not going to you're not the focal point. You're going to learn how to play basketball and develop your game. The difference between how Steph and Caitlyn Clark, when they went to small schools that didn't have huge 5 stars and you were the only star, you're gonna get a coach who's gonna let you say, just go out there and just do whatever. And
you're gonna be able to get your number.
And she was able to play in college with it like her hair was on fire and play like a chicken with her head cut off. And she led the nation in turnovers all 4 years. As a matter of fact, the turnovers didn't go down as she went up. She didn't come in as a freshman and average 5 turnovers and then 4 and then 3 and then 2. She came in and averaged more turnovers each season until she graduated.
Dang, yeah. I knew she had a lot of turnovers. I didn't know she led all 4 seasons.
Bro, look it up.
That's insane.
Look it up. She might have been second. It might have been somebody in a D2 school that had more, but I think she was number 1 in the nation most of the year. So her turnovers was insane, and her turnovers are still insane. She bust the turnover the season turnover record open last year.
Golly.
She busted open, and if she wouldn't have missed those 4 straight games with that hamstring this year, she would be busting the turnovers up. Or she would be leading more because she averaged more turnovers this season than she did last year. She had that game last night that she had 32, or night before last, she had 7 turnovers that game.
You don't hear about it though.
You don't hear about it. I heard about the 9 assists and the 8 rebounds, but I ain't hear about the 7 turnovers. Right. So, and then she plays like, I have to have the ball. I have to take this many dribbles. I'm dribbling around all these screens, trying to see if I can get a logo 3. Like that's her game. And this reminds me of when White Chocolate came to Sacramento. We love Jason Williams. We absolutely love this dude. Was phenomenal. Right. Can you imagine if the NBA started saying that he was the best player in the league? And
it wouldn't even. And then the eye test
right, and then the offense started to cater around him to where they made Chris Webber and Vlade Divac just set screens for him and let him take logo, because that's what Rick Adelman hated the most about Jay Williams. He'll pull a logo 3 on a fast break. I mean, he just played with a lot of excitement, right? So can you imagine if instead of we running the offense through C Webb, we're running Jay Will screen and roll, and he can pull up from 3 anytime he want to. He shoots about 15 threes a game. Like that's what Caitlyn Clark is. Yeah, that's what Caitlyn Clark is. She's Jay Will, but they just turned the offense into her offense instead of Aaliyah Boston's or DeWanna Bonner that's on her squad now. Like they're just screen setters. Did you see what she did last game when she missed a logo 3? Her teammate got
I didn't.
Bro, she missed a logo 3. An absolute brick that she shouldn't even shot. Her teammate is a vet who is good, a post player, but she's also like she could play wing as well, but she's a tall girl. She gets the offensive rebound, and she faced up on her person that was guarding her on the baseline, hit her with a jab step, went into the paint, did a up and under, and got the layup right. Now, that was how it ended. However, when she got the offensive rebound and faced up with her defender, Caitlyn Clark was running back because she shot the 3 from the logo and fell into the half court and then got up and ran full speed toward the ball when her teammate had the rebound and had her hands up expecting to take the other shot, the other 3. Right. And when she didn't pass it and she started making her move to the rim, Caitlyn Clark just threw a temper tantrum and threw her hands in the air like what the hell are you doing? And the whole time while her teammate was making the move and then went in to score, she still was mad.
What? And they got a basket?
So the point is that offense, the way that they're running it is they have to cater to her. They get the rebound, the ball has to go right back to her.
Like just a Caitlyn Clark show.
Right. No, that's what they want. Right. And that's probably why their other coach got fired, because she wasn't trying to do that.
I was gonna say, do you think it's a part of the league trying to have them push that as well? That's was my other question.
I don't know if the league is doing it, because the commissioner of the league seemed like she ain't on that BS. I can see Adam Silver forcing her. What Adam Silver is not supposed to have any type of say so. But I don't know. I can see them being very persuasive and saying, look, man, this is the way you need to go. And unfortunately, you're trying to market your entire league around the most exciting player, the player that got the most popularity, but the player with the most popularity is not even close to being the best player. That's a bad plan.
Right. Awful. But I wanted to touch up a little bit when you were talking about just winning overall. So just overall, like everything in basketball, the biggest thing, like you were saying, it has to do with winning. That has to be the number one. That has to be the standard at the top. So just not even in the NBA games, like just hooping in general. When you're just hooping at the park, you go into 21, you're trying to win the game. Or when you go to an open gym, you're trying to win the game. Nobody's going to open gym. I've never been to the open gym saying, I'm trying to get a triple-double today in this open gym run.
Correct.
I'm trying to go and see how many assists I can get. Like, no, when I go to the open gym, of course, like you go to the open gym, you want to get your baskets, you want to do whatever. But when you get there, you're trying to win. You're not trying to get off the court and away the game. So I just feel like just everything in basketball just has to do with you're trying to win. And when people lose that train of thought, like when they think the biggest thing is numbers, that's not winning basketball.
100%, man. I don't know how that crept into NBA circles to being so important. I don't know when it became so important, man. But we off center with that, man. But appreciate the call, man. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna get these other callers in before I end the show, man.
All right, sounds great. Have a good night, man.
All right, thanks. All right, the comment on screen from Anna says, hold on, let me get this other call. Yeah, the comment on screen says Magic Johnson is triple-double and won 5 championships and don't know how many finals. He won those 5 championships with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was the number 1 scorer of all time. Right, so and also Magic Johnson is not the rule. He's the exception, and there's always an exception to every rule. It don't matter what it is; it's an exception. A female tell you she don't do it on the first date, but it's always one exception that she'll do it for, right? So every rule has an exception. Magic Johnson is that exception when it comes to triple dub. And the last thing I say about that is my issue with triple double basketball comes when 2 things happen. One, the player that's playing the triple double basketball is taking up 2 roles on the offense, being the primary scorer. So this is a guy who's taking 25 shots a game and also being the person that's responsible for all the distribution of the offense. So they're doing 2 of the top 2 roles in the on the offense, right? When it's evenly distributed properly, you get more winning. Stockton was the distributor. Malone was the scoring, right? Jordan was the scoring. Pippen was the distribution. Peyton was the distribution. Kemp was the scoring. I mean, you can go on and on, right? But when you take both of those roles and primarily give it to one guy, it creates an imbalance on offense, right? And now you're working yourself backwards, and now you have to load your team up with so much talent to overcome that bad setup of your offense, right? Because it's definitely a bad setup, right? Then the second thing that bothers me about that is it seems like everyone who plays triple double basketball use being so much of the offensive punch as an excuse to sleep and play lousy defense. When Harden was doing it in Houston, look, why you want me to do all of this on offense and guard a great player? So they always gave Harden a weak assignment when he was in Houston. When Westbrook was doing it in OKC, they had to go and get Paul George to play defense for him, and then he took the lesser offensive player, right? Until Dame Lillard talked so much trash to him in the playoffs where he had to guard him and he embarrassed him out there, right? When Luka was doing it in Dallas, they used it as an excuse to say, man, he's doing so much on offense, you can't expect all this on him on defense, right? When Jokic was doing it, he's doing so much on offense, you can't expect all this on defense, right? So they had the perfect excuse to be bad defenders. Even LeBron, when he was doing all that in Cleveland, there was like, oh, you can't expect him to be a lockdown defense too. I'd rather my best player say, I'm going to concentrate on giving you 30. And if I need to give you 40, I give you 40. But I'm also going to stop my man, and I'm going to stop him well, right? I'm going to get 30. He's not getting 30, right? I'm going to get 30. I got to hold him to 20, right? Not I'm going to get 30 and I'm going to give up 35 on the other end. All right, so that is my problem with triple double basketball. All the people who played it at a high level, at an MVP level, always use it as an excuse not to play defense, and then they always took a role from their co-star. Their co-star could have been doing, like in Jokic's case, he could be playing exactly like Tim Duncan and being a post presence, occasionally getting his jump shots and his threes, getting all his assists by passing out of the post, and never running the point because he has a point guard. And then he can concentrate on playing defense. Imagine if Jokic put the amount of effort on defense that he does at getting assists. Right? Let Jamal Murray get them assists. I just watched the closeout game against Miami. Jamal Murray had 10 assists in that game. He's more than capable, just like Tony Parker was more than capable of running the point for the Spurs. I mean, they let daggone Avery Johnson run point for the Spurs. Let your point guards be point guards. These dudes have been point guards since grade school. Let them do their role. They're good at it. Just because Jokic can pass very well doesn't mean he has to be your point forward or your point guard. Vlade Divac and Chris Webber could pass, but they got all their passes out of the post. Right? You have to let your point guard be a point guard. Yeah, my bad, Sammy. Let me put the phone number back up there. All right, Sammy, call in, man. Phone number is scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Phone number is scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Let's see what y'all got for me. Caller from New York. What's going on?
Hey, Mel, this is Sabrina.
Hey, what's good? How you been? What you been hiding it?
I ain't been hiding. Sometimes I can't catch the show. I'm a caregiver for my mom.
Oh, okay. What's
I
good?
catch the show, but I can't catch the calling.
Yeah.
I think the league is gonna. Tonight they tried to steal the game away from the Thunder.
Yeah.
With the officiating, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, so I seen in the fourth quarter when they had some phantom foul calls.
Yeah, and then they giving them shots on rebounds, talking about they were going up with the ball.
I was come on, man. I didn't think that was gonna steal the game from them. I thought that they was doing that for the spread.
Oh, well, it's all about the betting, but it's even worse that I was watching the game and that when he called for the challenge. Well, who dunked on Holmberg? What's his name? Who dunked on him? Was it Neesmith?
It was Neesmith. Yeah. Neesmith.
Yeah, you see how his hand was on Holmberg's shoulder, pushing him down.
Yeah, but you can't call that. You gotta let that highlight go though.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do the replay, make the right call, because if Draymond had done that, they would have overturned that call, right?
Yeah, probably.
Because he was literally pushing him down with his left hand while he was dunking, pushing his shoulder down to keep him down.
That was a cold highlight, though. That was a cold highlight.
Yeah, it was a poster dunk, but I want to talk about SGA. The league don't want him to win, because then they're gonna have to compare him to LaFord, because he would have gotten a championship in 3 less years than LeBron, MVP, and maybe the MVP, possibly the MVP if they win this year.
Yeah,
and he did it in 3 years less than LeBron did with one other All-Star, first time All-Star.
Yeah,
LeBron had to go all the way to Miami in his what is it 9th season before he won his first championship, and he had to do it on a super team.
Yep.
That he handpicked himself.
Yep.
And that year he shouldn't even have gotten the MVP either, the season MVP, because he only played 69 games.
I remember a lot of guys playing on super teams or teams that were kind of stacked and or even a team with another guy on your level. And that would counsel you out from getting the MVP. And the guys I'm mentioning, Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe, they both only got one each, and they counseled each other out. They said, "No, man, there's too much talent on one team," and that's why they counseled each other out. Steph and KD counseled each other out, right? There's a lot of guys counseling each other out by playing with another great and not getting MVP, but not LeBron. He can have two. He can have two guys on the same level as him on this team and still get MVP.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have got the MVP that year, because he only played 60. He only played 62. How many games? He only played 62 games. He missed 20 games that year. He averaged 27 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 6 assists on the 2012 one.
Was there any other good candidates that year?
I gotta do some more research, but we all know we probably know that it wasn't. I'm gonna do my research tonight.
Yeah.
But SGA, he averaged 32.7 this year with 6.4 assists and 5 rebounds, and he played 76 games. Yeah, they got to find a way not to let him win, because then they're gonna have to talk about this versus LeBron.
I mean,
then you know they ain't gonna like that. You know, the media not gonna talk about it. You guys on the podcast is gonna have to talk about it.
If they didn't want him to win, he wouldn't be in the finals right now.
Who? SGA?
Yeah, SGA. Yeah, he wouldn't be in the finals. I think this is his year. I don't think he's winning despite what the NBA wants. I think this is his year now. Is he gonna be a one and done? Because that's what we're seeing a lot. We're seeing Giannis get there, get one, and he's done. Jokic getting there, get one, he's done. Tatum get there, get one, he might be done. Is he a one and done, or do they have a dynasty in OKC?
They may have. I think they will if they keep keep these players. Find a way if they're under contract, keep them. Don't trade them. Don't swap them out. They got 2 good centers. The whole team works well together.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm so sick of LeBron. He just needs so much attention. We all know he's not retiring until that money run out. He got 2 more years. Being that he took the option, he got another year after this. We have to look at the circus for 2 more years.
Yeah. That's gonna be an eyesore.
But it's going to be an eyesore, and I believe that Luka's a dummy if he signs with them. He's stupid, because LeBron is going to ruin his legacy in these 2 years. Look what he did to Westbrook.
Sheesh.
Westbrook wasn't worth a damn after he went to LA for those 2 years.
That's tough.
He got treated like a nobody before his contract was concerned after he dealt with LA. And I don't think Luka is going to matter if Luka lost weight. He may have endurance at the end of the game, but he has 2 left feet when it comes to lateral movement.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate.
The weight loss is going to help him with having some gas in the tank at the end of the game, but he's still going to have the same game. He should go to a smaller market for the 2 years and then ask for a supermax.
Yeah.
Because if he stays here, if he signs with them, his reputation his legacy is gonna get shattered because he's on a team with LeBron.
Well, that's unfortunate, because I think he's gonna sign. I don't think he's going nowhere, man. So he'll be there. So we'll see how long LeBron stays there. Hopefully he don't try to stay there into
he can't go nowhere else.
Bryce to get there. Yeah, you're right.
Nobody wants him anymore.
Not for that.
He has to stay with Jimmy Bucks.
Well, he can go somewhere if he go take a major pay cut. He can't keep.
We know he ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, what I want to see from these players, Steph, LeBron, and KD, after their contract is up, if they want to keep playing, I want to see them play for vet minimums and see if they can help a team. You know what I mean? But thanks for the call, Sabrina. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna get a couple of more calls in here before I end the show.
Okay, have a blessed night. Thanks for taking the call.
No problem.
Okay.
All right, let's get maybe 1 or 2 more calls, and let's get the likes up, man. Everybody hit the like button for sure. I seen a comment on here. Somebody said I don't never criticize SGA. I just spent 5 minutes criticizing what I didn't like about him falling asleep on defense. And what was that comment? He don't never criticize Shea. Where's that comment at, man? Yeah, here we go. Anna. He never criticized SGA, but maybe that's his bias. I always criticize Shea. I do. I just told you my critique of him is him not boxing out. I've seen it too many games in this series. I've seen it maybe 1 or 2 games in the Minnesota series. I think he was more focused in the Denver and the Minnesota series. I really think they're taking Indiana too lightly. And yeah, he's not boxing out. He falls asleep on defense too much. And he reaches too much on defense as well. He's getting blown by more than he should get blown by because he's reaching. He wants to steal every time, especially with McConnell. I mean, because he just think McConnell's such a joke. He just try to reach on him every time he dribble. I'm just gonna reach. You know what I mean? Like, he can't do that, man. I want him to lock in a little bit more when shots go up. I want to see him start boxing out more. But yeah, that's definitely my critique. I don't critique players on missing shots that they usually, or if they're taking shots that they usually make. I'm not critiquing them on that. I'm not about to critique nobody on no push off when they're getting fouled. I would absolutely do the same thing, right? I would absolutely push off as well if I'm getting fouled. If your body is on me, if your hands is on me, I'm pushing it off. I'm not critiquing no one for this foul merchant junk that people keep talking about. It's funny, I ain't seen no new compilations of his foul merchants, but it's funny that the compilation for his foul merchant stuff is from the regular season and from the Denver series. It was the first 2 games in Denver. He was doing it in that, but Minnesota, half of the Denver series, this series, haven't seen it. Haven't seen no new compilations, right? But we're still carrying in that narrative of this foul merchant. And then I seen someone talking about it on YouTube last night or night before last, talking about, man, it's ruining the NBA. This has got to stop. And I'm like, what? Wait, where did this come from? Like we literally sat and watched D-Wade, Ginobili, Stockton, James Harden, and Jokic. Absolutely no one foul baits more than Jokic and D-Wade did. Like, it's insane. And the fact that the first time I'm hearing someone say it once one person says it catch on like a wildfire and everyone starts saying it. Like, people are really saying this is ruining the NBA. Like, we don't want to see that. No, you don't want to see it because SGA keeps winning. And you got to have something to complain about, and you don't have enough to complain about. You got, like, this is really like a nitpicking thing. Like, you don't have nothing else. But that just goes to show you how excellent he's been. Phone line is open, y'all. Let's get one more call. What? Hey, Sammy, where you at, man? We gotta have this conversation before I end it. What's Sammy K at? Then we guys talk about Scott Foster already. Scott Foster ain't even ref this game. Scott Foster didn't even ref this game, man. What are we talking about? Caller from Los Angeles, what's good?
Hello?
Yeah, what's up? Caller from Los Angeles. Caller, can you hear me? If you got like earplugs in or something like that, take them out. Can you hear me? Hello? Caller. People really don't know how to work their phone, man.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? This can't be real. I mean, there's no way. There's no way that man's phone not working. Oh man. Oh well. Sammy, I tried to get you in here, big dog. Could y'all hear me? Could y'all hear him on the phone? Hey, put a 1 in the chat if y'all could hear him. Could y'all hear him? I heard him. They could. Hey, Sammy, is something up with your phone, big dog? Hey, Sammy, are you do you got earbuds in or something? Yeah, you got some type of Bluetooth. Like just take the earbuds out and just talk on the phone. It gotta be whatever Bluetooth device you're trying to talk on, and it ain't gonna let you do it. I don't know if you're trying to sound like you on a mic or not. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Sam, because I could hear you and everybody could hear you. Caller from Los
Hello?
Angeles, can you hear me? Man, he still can't hear me. Yeah, Sam. I don't know, big dog. How about this? How about I do this, Sam? I don't do this that often. I'm gonna share the link in the comment section. You can join. You ain't gotta have your camera on. There's the link in the comment section. You ain't even gotta have your mic on. Have your camera on. Just cut your camera off, join, and I'll pull you up and we'll have a conversation. Because I think it's a good one to have, and it's a good one to end the show off of. Did I get a super chat? I did get a super chat. John Wayne, Mel, please rate the quality of basketball we're watching in this year's final. It seems sloppy with a lack of execution on both sides to me. Yeah, it's sloppy. The turnovers is crazy. Like sometimes I don't understand how and Jay Will does it a lot. I'm trying to think who else does it. Some of the Pacers player guards do it too, but Jay Wills does it a lot, and he does it at moments where they really need a basket. If he get a steal, he take off running full speed. He going straight down the court, and there be two guys there, and it's obvious that one of them is about to swing and poke the ball out of your hand, and he'll keep dribbling with two guys, one on each side, and he's dribbling in front of both of them and just get the ball poked out. And I'm like, man, why take on that challenge on a fast break after you just got a turnover when you can just pull it back out and run some offense? Like he be in a rush to get those layups, but then again, sometimes when he rushes down the court and get a layup, he's able to finish or get it fouled. So, yeah, so it's some sloppy play, but play. But I can tell you this: I watched the Boston series yesterday when they was in the finals against Dallas, and I thought the defense in that series was physical, and it was for the most part when Jaylen Brown and Tatum and Holiday was guarding Luka. Like they really attached themselves on him and played really good defense on him. But for the most part, when you look at everybody else, they was detached off of the ball handler, and there was more freedom of movement in that series. It's totally different than this series. This series is contact all the way around the board. Like you're not getting no airspace, no breathing room, right? So it's a little bit different. The physicality is revved up a little bit more than what it was last year. So that's one thing I noticed. So I mean, it's got a reason to be a little sloppy. But yeah, I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes, Sammy. I shared the link in the comment section. I shared again. The link is right there, StreamYard link. You click on it, you can join. It's gonna ask you to cut your camera on or off. You can cut it off if you don't want to show nobody your ugly mug, and then just turn on whatever mic device you're using, and then join the show. And then you can come in and we can have a quick conversation about this Jokic thing, because I want to hear you out. Yeah, Rich Dog is fast paced too. Definitely fast paced. Definitely fast paced, man. Hey, who all think is going 7 games? Put 7 or put 6 in there. Which y'all when y'all think it's gonna get closed out? Yeah. 6 games, 7 games. See some say. Anybody think the Pacers go win? Fancy said 7. Fancy, you can call in too. I want to hear what you think about the game. Yeah, physicality is insane. Yeah, a lot of physicality. Come on, y'all. Let's get to 100 likes. Now we should be way more than 100 likes, man. I'm asking for 150 now, man. I can't believe we ain't got to 100 likes yet, man. I'm gonna have to end the show, man. Y'all will never do me right. I come on here and get y'all hour and a half, 2 hours, man. Y'all don't do me right. All I be asking for is for everybody that like the daggone video. Andrew said y'all ain't real. Who ain't real? Yeah, it's pretty simple, man. Just hit the like button. Fancy said, Mel Senior, can't you tell I'm shy? No, I can't tell that. I see your comments a lot. I can see you using an AI picture though. I could definitely see you using an AI picture. That ain't the one I would have chose though. I would have put Cardi B up there. Cardi B looked like. I was watching 2017 finals. They weren't playing any defense. Sheesh. Which one was 2017? Who was that? 17. Oh, that was the Warriors Cavs. Oh, it might be you, but it's AI generated. Hold on, let me look. Yeah, that's a fake picture, man. Or sir. Either one, I don't know. I mean, cause when Young Disciple used to call in, or when he used to comment on the show a lot, I don't assume by the picture or the name that you're a female or a male, because Young Disciple had he was using his sister's account. It was Pam Brown, and I remember I kept saying, man, it's this Pam Brown that keep commenting on the show. And Pam Brown be like, I was like, just by reading how Pam Brown writes, I was like, that's a dude. Like, I can just by the way just by reading his messages, I was like, nah, girls don't talk like that. Like, that's a freaking dude. I knew it was, right? so I knew Pam Brown. I like after about 5 episodes, I was like, oh, Pam Brown's a dude. I knew that. Right. So with I don't use the profile pictures of the names to just make an assumption that if you're a guy or a girl. So but okay, so you say I'm a ma'am. Okay, got it. So you're a ma'am, got it. All right, so you told me you're a ma'am, so I can call you ma'am. Cool. But you need to call in though. That's what number down there for. What a like say right now. So we'll start laughing, man. Hey, Sammy K, man, I can't believe I've never seen someone have that type of phone issues. Like you like what kind of phone you call and you can't even hear the person. Is this young? Maybe this is Young Disciple. I choose photos with red lipstick because I love red lipstick, but it's part me and part AI. Okay, all right. So you're not Young Disciple. How do we talk? Call the number on the bottom of the screen that's scrolling. 0001. Yeah, you call that number. Yeah, you can talk. Right. Or you can click the link at the bottom of the screen. If you click, I mean, not the click bottom of the screen, click the link that's in the description, not the description, in the comments. That StreamYard link that I just put in there. You can click that. Man, y'all ain't doing me right on these lights for real. Oh man. All right, man. So we ain't gonna get no more call-ins. I mean, ain't no more show left. I will be live tomorrow though. Cause it's a couple of things that happened. Mel giving y'all 5 minutes of clout. Dang, yeah, and they don't want to call in, man. Like I don't bite. You know what I mean? It make the show fun when people call in and engage, man. Like I can't talk about Game 5 too much. I mean, you know, Game 6. I mean, this series almost over, man. Like I already said what I think is gonna happen and all that good stuff, man. I already bragged about all my predictions being right. You know what I mean? I done gloated a little bit. You know what I mean? So why I keep saying FYF in the comment section. What's going on with FYF? I don't know what Young get. I ain't seen Young in a minute. Man. Andrew Lanson said is Aaliyah Boston better than Caitlyn Clark? No, I don't think so. Nah, but she's good though. She's not better than Caitlyn Clark. I think like I'm 100% serious when I say Paige Bucher is better than Caitlyn Clark. I've thought Paige was better than Caitlyn except for 1 year, and that was Caitlyn's senior year in college. There was literally nobody in college basketball better than Caitlyn Clark her senior year. Caitlyn Clark was she was on one. I mean, she was phenomenal, right? So that year was the year after Paige had the ACL surgery. So she missed a whole year and she came back off the ACL surgery. And she wasn't 100% quite herself. So Caitlyn was better than her that year. Then she was still eligible because she missed a year after her surgery. So she was eligible to play and come back and play the next year. And she did. And she came back and won the national championship. And she got back to her old self. Her game is so pro ready. Like you don't have to. The thing about the type of offense that Caitlyn runs is it has to be centered around her, and that actually brings your teammates down a notch. Because if my talent is like Aaliyah Boston, my talent is post play. You want to do less of that in the offense that they run for Caitlyn, because that offense is bringing the bigs up for high screens for her every single play. Because if there's no screen for Caitlyn and it's just her one-on-one with someone, if she come down and do that 4 times in a row, I don't think that the shots she's going to get from doing that are going to be good shots. They're going to be threes, right? She one-on-one, the only shot she could get is a step back 3. She's not going to get to the rim. She's not going to be to beat you to a spot and rise up for a mid range or nothing like that. She's not going to do that. She's not going to get in a post and get it and do something in the post. She's not going to come off a screen for mid range and catch and shoot. She's not going to catch it, pump fake, take one dribble and pull up for it. She's not going to do all that. Her thing is give me the ball. As soon as I come past half court, my big is going to come set me a screen, and I'm going to be able to attack a big player that's either go back off and give me the 3, or I'm going to try to get all the way to the rim and get a layup. That's her game. All the way to the rim or a logo 3 after a screen. But with Paige, you ain't even got to give her the ball. Somebody else can run point, and Paige will get you 25 a game. Like, she's so advanced. As a matter of fact, I can show you better than I can tell you. This is from do I got some stuff from her? I think I got some stuff from her 21-point game. I ain't got her 35-point game. I might got some footage from her 21-point game. Let me see if I got it. Dang it. I ain't got it no more. What happened to it? I just had it. Hold on. I'm about to go get it. I know exactly where to get it. Because I think it's good to actually look at this, man. I want to show it because I know a lot of y'all not watching WNBA. A lot of y'all not watching it, so sometimes I got to show y'all what's going on. And this Page girl is so daggone good, dog. I'm telling you. Page is like that. I can show you better than I can tell you, man. Kelsey Plum is better than Caitlyn too. Yeah, I think Young the Cyber in the house. I stay cooked and loaded. What's up, Young? Fancy say I'm gonna get you for thinking I was Young the Cyber. I can't take him. Bronsexuals are insufferable. I'm about to watch a Sonics Bull game from 1996. What girl like ball this much? I don't know, but do you watch WNBA too? I don't know, man. All right, so look. This girl Paige, you see the offense they're running? The ball has already touched two people already. That's Paige right there at the top of the key. They're running the action. She's going to run off this dribble handoff. She took two dribbles and pulled into a mid-range. And it's Butters, right? Here she go without the ball again. Catch it, get it back, dribble handoff, two dribbles, a mid-range. I mean, that's called efficiency. 2 seconds, two dribbles. And she don't have the ball. There she go without the ball. 1, 2 dribble, mid-range. Right? That's how she scores. Right? What she gonna do here? Now she got the ball. What she gonna do now? All the way to the up. 1 dribble, pump fake, mid-range. She don't have to get all the way to the rim, and she don't have to pull a logo 3. Look at her. 1, 2 dribble, mid-range. Right? Here she go again. She gets a steal right here. She got a block on that one. Run without the ball. See, Caitlyn would have had to get the ball. Caught it. Got a layup. See, she can do stuff without the ball, and she can also run point if she need to. If you want to score all the points, let somebody else be the point guard. All right, here she go again. Catch and shoot. Where she go? Okay, now I got the ball. Burrito wrap. Got to the mid-range. Like, she ain't got to get to the rim, dog. Look how she got her. 1 dribble, 2 dribble, 3 dribble, pull up. No screen. Look at this. No, she's not calling for no screen. There's the screen right there. It don't matter. Same thing. Got to the daggone spot, the elbow, mid-range. Right? That's elite basketball. That's elite basketball. That's that new stuff that we're doing where it got to be a whole bunch of screens up top for you, and then you know what I mean, if you can't get around the player after the screen, then you step back for a 3, and ain't nobody trying to get to a better shot in the mid range. It has to be a layup or a 3. Like, that's trash. That's elementary to me. This is a higher level. And Juju is another player. Juju in college right now, if she gets back to her regular 100% self, she's also a better basketball player than Caitlyn Clark. So Paige is better. Juju is better. Asia is better. Nafisa Collier is better. Some of the older players like Stewie is still better. Anescu is better. Plum is better. Right? Like it's like that's more than a handful of girls, right? I think I can get to 10. I think I can get to 10. And you know, but that's definitely what I just say. Asia, Nafisa, Paige. This Jewel Lloyd and Jackie Young, Skylar Diggins is still good. I mean, that Skylar's getting a little older, but Jewel Lloyd pisses me off so much, man, because she got so much ability. Paige's teammate, Ugamaway, whatever her name is, I can't say her name, from Notre Dame. She's good, but she's a chucker. And if she gets hot, she's unstoppable, but she got to get hot. Like she's a chucker. Like she chucks some shots, man. So Gabby Williams is good too, but I mean, I like her size. I mean, but she's not assertive enough to be a 20-plus point scorer consistently. Like she just plays and she's another UConn product, you know, and this is coaching. Like Gino don't coach players to play the way that Caitlyn Clark plays. Right. So the stuff that we love about Caitlyn Clark, logo threes and stuff like that, like these players that went to these big schools, they get that coached out of them. Same thing with Jordan. Like Dean Smith coached all that nonsense out of him. Like there was times where Jordan was about to get 30 and Dean Smith would take him out of the game. Like, nah, don't nobody need to have no 30. Sit on down. It ain't about you. You get what I'm saying? Like they got that nonsense coached out of that. And that's what made Michael Jordan so much better than the people that's trying to be better than him, like LeBron. It's like the coaching is instilled some of him that was great. Like how coachable he is, like how willing he was for Phil Jackson to come in as a coach that was a first year head coach, come in and tell him, I'm taking the ball out of your hand. LeBron would have had that man fired year 2. As soon as it didn't work, you took the ball out of my hand and we didn't get we still lost to Detroit. Like this is the same thing Doug Collins did. We got to the Eastern Conference Finals and lost to Detroit. And we did the same thing with you and you took the ball out of my hand. I want him fired. Give me a coach that's going to let me run my offense. But Ben Michael Jordan was coached by Dean Smith and he respected authority and he respected coaching. He actually let himself come off the ball, and it took, like they said, it took them 2 or 3 years to really learn the triangle and get it down pat. And then once they got it down pat, they took off and started winning championships, right? So that Dean Smith coaching made him that type of player where he was willing to do that when Phil Jackson came in, right? A lot of people that's unaware think that Phil Jackson came in with 11 rings already when he coached Michael Jordan. Like they be like, man, he had Phil Jackson, and Phil Jackson was a first-year coach, man. What does that mean? He had Phil Jackson. He was a first-year coach. Phil Jackson had Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was already Michael Jordan when Phil showed up. Phil was not Phil. Phil was a first-year coach, just like Ty Lue was when he got with LeBron, just like David Blatt was when he got with LeBron, just like Mike Brown was when he got with LeBron. First-year coaches, just like J.J. Redick is when he got with LeBron. First-year coaches, right? No, you did not miss Young Disciple call in. I seen his comment say he wanted to call in and talk about something that happened 16 shows ago. Young Disciple, we're not about to have. We're not. I don't do reflash watches. Once I put a fire out, it's out. Right. I'm not about to reheat a cold take that I already schooled you on. Right. We're not about to do that. He said, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about something for 16 shows ago. The clutch conversation. Now that clutch conversation, I already clipped it up. I already schooled you. With no need to redo that. Just go ahead and watch the old video and take your lessons. Yeah, definitely not in his neighborhood. Jordan highlight reel is unreal compared to others. Yeah, you know what? When I first started doing this this channel, I think some of my first videos that got traction was me reacting to Michael Jordan videos. I think I reacted to like 4 of them. And that was that was fun. That was good. Yeah, watching them highlights was crazy, man. Like some of the things he was doing, especially in his early years in his 80s. I mean, some of that stuff was inhumane. Like he was just doing some crazy stuff. Caitlyn has an argument for top 5. The guards you name can compete with her, but they have nights they struggle as well. Collier, Asia Wilson, Stewart are better, but the rest of the top 10 is debatable. Paige ain't debatable. I'm sorry. I'm not debating Paige and Clark. Paige is hands down better than Clark. Like I'm not debating that. The only thing, like when people look at Clark, they're not evaluating her as a player as far as what they see on film. They're evaluating her as far as what she can record as stats. And it's obvious when you watch her play that the entire offense is catered around her getting points and assists. She's going to get that automatically. It's the same thing as Luka. Like the offense is designed for you to get triple doubles, right? If she was really as good as what she would say, she would get a triple every game. Like if the offense is designed for you to get a triple double, you should have one at least half the time because it's designed for you to get it. Like if the offense is designed for Shea to get 25 points a game, he's getting 32. The offense was designed for Jordan to get 25 points a game. He was getting 30, 31, 32. So whatever the offense is, the offense was designed for Stockton to get 10 assists a game. He was getting 10 assists a game or more. The offense was designed for J. Kidd to get 10 assists a game. He was getting it. The offense was designed for Rondo to get about 8, 9 assists a game. He was getting it. So whatever the offense is designed for you to do, if you don't do it, it's an indictment on you as a player. And the offense is 100% designed for Caitlyn Clark to get 24 points and 10 assists. It's designed for her to get that. Like nobody else distributed. She touches the ball every play. She's either looking for her shot or looking for an assist. Like Steve Nash. Imagine if Steve Nash took 15 threes a game. That's what Caitlyn Clark is, because 100% nobody can get a shot unless it's off Steve Nash's creation. Like I'm going to run around. I'm going to use every screen possible. I'm going to keep a live dribble. Like Steve Nash made that live dribble where you go baseline, and if you don't get a shot because it's trees there, you just keep dribbling and go around in a circle. Like that's Steve Nash started it. So he keep a live dribble. He'll come off a Amara Stoudemire's screen and he'll get downhill. And if they guard Stoudemire dive into the rim too well where he can't get a lob or he can't get a pocket pass for a dunk and the pass is not there, then Steve Nash's second option is to keep going to try to get a layup. But if he keeps going and the layup is not there, he'll just keep dribbling through the paint and then come around in a circle and do it all over again. Like Steve Nash is not giving the ball up until it's time for a shot. Right? And then you put all of these people around him that can shoot. Q Richardson, Joe Johnson, Sean Marion, right? And then you got Amari for the lob threat. You got all these dudes that can spread the floor and shoot for you. And that's all I'm doing. None of those guys were authorized to handle the ball and make plays. You seen Steve Nash talking about it on Mine Game with LeBron James. Game to Mine with LeBron James and Luka when he said, "You guys make the plays for everybody. Anybody else that's trying to do that, they're going to get put on the bench because that's not their role." Like he's used to that type of offense because that's what D'Antoni did for him. Hey, you're the only one that can get an assist. If I catch any of these dudes trying to dribble and make a play, they're coming to sit beside me. And lo and behold, the best offensive player that was on that team was Joe Johnson. And all he was allowed to do was shoot threes. That man went to Atlanta and immediately became an all-star and was a max player. They had that sitting there. And the crazy thing about it is we thought Amari Stoudemire, Sean Marion, and Q Richardson was better than Joe Johnson. That's how hidden he was in that offense because it was all about the three. Just spread the floor, shoot the three. He didn't post up. He didn't get the ball. He didn't get, I mean, the man name is ISO Joe. How many isolations do you think he got in Phoenix? How many isolations he get in Phoenix? Like, imagine that. Imagine having a player that good on your team that's hidden because you don't allow him to do nothing but shoot threes. I mean, D'Antoni wouldn't even let Carmelo Anthony in Houston shoot jump shots. And he was the best offensive player there. And it was like, no, we just need you to shoot threes. So he was trying to make Carmelo Anthony what Joe Johnson was for him in Phoenix. Just shoot threes. That's it. No mid-range, no post-ups, don't even dribble, just threes. Catch and shoot. Right? So with Caitlyn Clark, that's the offense that they're running. Right? So her stats and her numbers are always going to be inflated. It's going to always look good, just like Luka's. But they're 5-5. It's damn hard. First of all, Michelle White, is her name Michelle White, the head coach for the Fever? She used to coach the Phoenix. She used to coach Connecticut Sun last year. They had DeWanna Bonner, Alyssa Thomas. They had some other good players. They was a really good team. They was top 3 in the league. DeWanna Bonner might be like top 3 all-time scorer in the league. Like DeWanna Bonner can score. And she's old. She's like 30, probably 36, 37 now. She's tall. She's like 6'3", but she's a guard. She's the female Kevin Durant. Can shoot it, can dribble. Like DeWanna Bonner can hoop. Right. And then Alyssa Thomas was in the All-Star. She was like top 5 in MVP votes. She's a triple-double threat. She plays really hard defense. She's like Draymond Green, rebounds, and she plays point forward, so she get a lot of assists. So, and then she can score as well. She just can't shoot because she got like a torn labrum that they say if they do surgery on it, she'll miss an entire year, and she'll rather play with it instead of get the surgery. So she can't really lift her arm to it. So her shot and her free throws is ugly, but she can still score, right? So she's averaging close to a triple-double every game, right? She plays point forward. She rebounds because she's a power forward, and she can score, right? So anyway, Stephanie White, that's her name, Stephanie White. So Stephanie White was the coach, had them playing great basketball. DeWanna Bonner was on that team. So many other people, right? Well, for some odd reason, Stephanie White decided to quit. She didn't want to re-sign with Connecticut Sun. She quit. And then like a couple of weeks later, she signed with the Fever. So a top 3 coach goes to the Fever during the summertime. Then Sophie Cunningham, I think she was playing for a team where she got a lawsuit against the general manager because they were supposed to have like something going on. And now she got a lawsuit against them. So she was needing a new team and she went to the Fever. DeWanna Bonner left the Connecticut Sun and she went to the Fever. Let me pull this roster up. They got like 4 or 5 free agents, including the head coach this summer. That was like, wow, like that's a championship team they got now. And they 5-5. They're 5-5. 3-2 when Caitlyn plays because she missed about 5 games. 3-2 when she plays, 3-2 when she don't play. They're 5-5. So you added all that firepower to your team. And then you got this player that this comment says she's arguably top 5 in the league. So you got a top 5 player, a top 5 coach, a top 5 scorer of all time. Role players at the yin yang. You kept Mitchell, which was really your leading scorer last year. She's a microwave, right? You kept her. She's still there. You kept the number 1 draft pick from 3 years ago, Aaliyah Boston. This team is stacked. But Aaliyah Boston is a post player. Thanks, T. Burke. He just texted me and said Stephanie White. Yeah, Stephanie White. Aaliyah Boston is a post player that can't get no post ups. So now this great weapon you got, you can't even use. She's a screen setter. DeWanna Bonner, who started last year and made All-Star and was and played in the Olympics, she's a bench player. She don't start. I mean, come on now, let that sink in. It's obviously a flawed style of basketball that you're playing when some of your best players are getting reduced because the role that you got for your star player is so high, what's the word I'm looking for? It's so jacked up. You're maximizing your best player. I don't even think Clark is their best player, to be honest with you. Well, last year was definitely Mitchell. I can't tell this year if Clark got better or they're just running a different offense to make her look better. But Mitchell was the best player on that team last year. I had to watch some more games to see where Clark progressed. But it looked like maximize Clark, minimize everyone else. And it's going to look good some nights. But then when they start playing the really good teams, it's go get in her ass because, I mean, she played New York Liberty and they don't have no lockdown defenders and they played her soft. I mean, she hit a 3 on Stewie's face. And now the Liberty was undefeated. That was 9-0 when they played them. She hit a 3 on Stewie and Stewie just laughed and they like almost hugged at half court during the middle of the game. I'm like, that's too friendly for someone that she hit 6 threes in the first half. I said, y'all that friendly? So the way they defend her is different depending on which team it is. It's some teams is like, nah, I want to, and even with the Liberty playing and punching her with kid gloves, she had 7 turnovers. So without Dejanay Carrington picking her up 94 feet and trying to turn her over, they just letting her come down and shoot logo threes. They just drop coverage on her on every screen, just giving her the threes, and she was just taking advantage of it, knocking them down, bam, bam, bam. Even with all that space and cushion, she still turned the ball over 7 times. And her average is 5. She still turned it over 7 times. If you turn it over 7 times, you can't be my point guard. I'm sorry. You can't turn it over 7 times and average 5 again. Like when the whistle blows and we do jump ball, you can already mark her down for 5 turnovers. It's going to happen. Give her 5 off the bat. It's going to happen. That's not top 5. I'm sorry. And then not only that, the guard that she was guarding was Ionescu. Ionescu had 34 points. So you had 32 points. You gave up 34 points. And then 7 turnovers. You gave up 34. And you had 7 turnovers. Oh, and Alicia Gray. This is the crazy thing about it. Caitlyn Clark hit 6 threes. She had 25 points in the first half. Paige, as a rookie, had a game where she had 25 in the first half. No threes. Just bucket getting. Right? And she ended up with 35 for the game. And Clark ended up with 32 for the game. So she only scored 7 in the second half. 25 in the first, hit 1 3 in the second half, and only had 7 points in the second half. So she ended up getting shut down. Right? So you got that piece of it. Then so she hit 6 threes, And then in that same game, she gave up 34 points to Ionescu, who had 4 threes. And then the next day, Alicia Gray came out. Alicia Gray's team is 8-3, so better than Caitlin Clark's team. And Alicia Gray ended up with 32 points, and she hit 6 threes. Nobody talked about it. Nobody talked about it. Nobody talked about Paige getting 35 as a rookie. Nobody talked about the triple-double Angel Reese had last night. Nobody talked about the 32 Alicia Gray got. Nobody talked about the 34 that Ionescu got. Right? This is the issue with the WNBA. They got this one player that the media is trying to market, and nobody's even watching the games to see these other girls that are actually better than her. So Alicia Gray is better. Nafisa Collier is better. Asia Wilson is better. Stewie is better. Ionescu is better. Paige is better. I'm not going to say Jackie Young is better. I'm going to say that Jewel Lloyd is better, and I'm going to say Kelsey Plum is better. That's 8 players off the back of my head. That's better. 8 players. Nah, Britne Griner she not like that no more right now. Yeah, Alicia Gray, yeah, she 32 6 threes. The same amount of threes Caitlyn had. And then the shooters that shoot the 3 better than Caitlyn. it's like a lot of shooters that shoot better than her. But we act like, oh man, nobody can shoot threes except Caitlyn. She's the only girl that can shoot threes. She's the only one who take logo threes. Those are not good shots. People don't like, if you have to take a logo 3, that means you can't get a better shot. Why would you take that? Like, people have gotten it beat in their head from good coaching that you do not settle for that shot. This is why Rick Adelman traded Jason Williams for Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby went to Arizona. Arizona was in the championship business with Lou Oates and the players that was coming through there. Those players came in and they got coached and they ran good offense. I mean, Jay Will went to Florida, but I don't know if Billy Donovan was already there or that was his first year. But I mean, he played coached, like he was coached and he played in the system. That's why we didn't know he was capable of all that until he got to Sacramento his rookie year, and he just let all of it loose. And we loved it. But when it came down to, okay, now we got a team that can win a championship. We got Weber, we got Divac, we just got Stojakovic, we got Turkoglu on the bench, we got Bobby Johnson, we got Doug Christie, we got Corliss Williamson on the bench, we got Lawrence Funderburk on the bench. Shout out to Lawrence Funderburk. He watched the show. Lawrence Funderburk on the bench. We got this championship team. We ready to win. And they tried to win. When they got that squad ready to go, they tried to win with Jay Will, and then Rick Adelman was like, I can't do it, dog. Like, we get a steal, we come down, we ready to run some offense. This dude pull a logo 3. I mean, I can't play like that. That's not how, like, they was running the Princeton offense in Sacramento. You can't come on, dog. Like, you trying to get good shots in that offense. You come down, you got your point guard taking logo 3s on a fast break. Traded him to the first thing smoking to Vancouver for Mike Bibby. Give me a point guard that's actually going to run my offense and, you know what I mean, and take good shots. And then when they got Mike Bibby, they took off. They should have had a championship window, but they was getting cheated by Phil Donahue and whoever was refereeing them Lakers series. But Sacramento and Portland had a window that they both could have got rings, but the Lakers, you can't beat Shaq, Kobe, and the referees. But yeah, Like that style of play, the wow, I'm gonna pull a logo three. We're gonna see how that works in the playoffs. We're gonna see how that works. But right now you're playing 500 basketball. You if you hitting your logo threes, great. You might get a win. If you're not hitting your logo threes, good luck. Cry to the referees. Fight a battle on Twitter after the game, like our fans do. Right? Fight about it on Twitter. But yeah, they had historic games. Nobody's talking about it. Yeah, Clark hit 7 threes that game. She hit 6 in the first half. Alicia Gray, I think Alicia Gray was like maybe 6. I think Clark actually took 13 threes that game. Maybe 14. Alicia Gray only took I think she only took 9 threes to hit her 6. T-Bird, what's up, big dog? T-Bird. I think Clark actually took 13. T-Bird, can you hear me? Maybe 40. Oh, so it was my phone, y'all. It wasn't Sammy's. T-Bird can't hear me either. T-Bird, can you hear me?
Yo, Mel, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Wow. Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hold on, let me restart my phone. Let me restart this thing. Hey, T-Bird, something going on with my phone, man. Let me hold on. Let me disconnect it from Bluetooth and then reconnect it. Because I was having that issue with the other caller. All right, T-Bird, call back. T-Bird, you can call back. Yeah, simply hot takes, man. The whole time I had the Obama phone. I had the daggone Obama phone the whole time, man. Man. T-Bird, can you hear me?
Yo, if you saying something, I can't hear you.
Sheesh, man. What the heck wrong with my daggone phone?
I had
man?
the daggone Obama phone the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my
Can
phone.
you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead and talk, T-Bird.
T-Bird, can you hear me? Yo, if you saying. All right, so I'm watching your show while I'm calling. No, I can't hear you at all. I see you can hear me on the show, but no, I can't hear you at all. So I'm just gonna hang up.
Dang. My bad, T-Bird, man. I got a cricket phone, big dog. My bad. I don't know what happened. It just started acting up just now. It might be my I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. But hey, T-Bird, you could have talked because I think everybody can hear you. You just can't hear me for some reason. Something going on my end. So yeah, you could have just spit and said what you wanted to say. See, Fancy should have called, man. If Fancy messed everything up when she didn't call, it was like you messed the juju up. Lansing said Colin Cowherd was See, Fancy should have called, man. If Fancy messed everything up when she didn't call, it was like you messed the juju up. Hey, go ahead, T-Bird.
All right, I think you can hear me. I'm just waiting for your the stream to catch up, so I know that you can hear me real quick.
See Fancy should have called. Yeah, I can hear
think you might be on like a 5-second delay.
Hey, go ahead, T-Bird.
All right, I just heard you say, go ahead, T-Bird. All right, bet. So I'm going to just talk, and I'm going to try to, like, listen to you do the show a little bit to see, if you responded or not. So, all right, so WNBA, right? All right, that's my thing. I've been watching them since the inception. You know, my team, the Houston Rockets. You know what I mean? Swoops, Coops. That's my squad right there. Kim Perrott, rest in peace. So I go way back. So I follow the W like heavy. So I hear everything you're saying about Indiana. Now, let me preface it by saying this, right? Yeah, I'm a Caitlyn fan, but I do recognize her flaws. I'm not in the cult, you know what I mean? So I can call her out. Like I kill LeBron for all them daggone turnovers, so I gotta kill her too. And because of those turnovers, because of her lack of defense, yeah, I don't have a problem with nobody taking her out of the top 10. But I think so far as their team, you're right. They do have a lot of firepower, but you gotta look at it like this though. It's going to take some time for them to actually grow together. You know, they got a bunch of new players. You know, same system, bunch of new players, and it's going to take them a while. Like if you look at the Heat, like their first year, they lost to Dirk and them. It took them a while. So let's give these ladies a chance to grow together. And like you mentioned, DeWanna Bonner. Yeah, DeWanna, she's an all-time great. She's 6'4". I mean, she plays like a Tony Kukoc. She's smooth, silky, shoot the three, shoot the two. But they haven't even found a spot for her yet. She hasn't fit in yet. But Natasha Howard, she's a dog. She fit. She was fitting right in. I love Sydney Colson. When Caitlyn was out, I love Sydney Colson's game. So they picked up a lot of people. I don't think they're going to win the chip because I hate everything about the New York Liberty. I'm biased from them since the 90s. I think New York is going to be a dynasty because that 1-2 punch with what's her name? Joe King, whatever her name is. I forget her name, but she out right now. She's just a problem. Her and Stewie together, and then they just added Natasha Cloud. They're going to be a problem. But moving forward, I think the Fever, once Caitlyn get those turnovers down, you know, play a little more team ball, and the coach figures out how they got a damn all-star team, but somehow you got to get all of these players in. So it's going to be tough. I see them going to the playoffs. I see them maybe going to the second, maybe third round. I don't see them making it to the chip as of right now. But once again, it's still early. So let's get these ladies a chance to grow. Last thing, and I'll give it back to you, Mel. You talking about Caitlin Clark? Wow, and everything you said was facts, right? But I'm just going to talk about your facts. So, yes, the NBA is saying Caitlin Clark this, Caitlin Clark that, blah, blah, WNBA, blah, 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 Caitlin Clark, everything. You got to remember, they're modeling themselves after the NBA. So the WNBA is $20 million in a hole, like relentlessly, like every year. So they're not profitable. So they're going to follow the NBA's blueprint on how to become profitable. You know how they do it? LeBron this, LeBron that, LeBron this. Every time you don't hear him about his turnovers, you don't hear him about all his flaws. All you hear is LeBron, how great he is. That's what they're doing to Kate. Kate is their moneymaker. They're turning Kate into the moneymaker. They're gonna advertise her like LeBron so they can be profitable. All right, I'm gonna turn your show up now. Go ahead, you respond.
All right, thanks, T-Bert. I'm gonna go ahead and hang up right now, man. Hope you don't think I hung up on you, but yeah. So good point. Right. Here's my pushback a little bit to them using the model of what the NBA did with LeBron with Caitlin Clark. It's two things. Number one, it didn't really work out so well with the LeBron thing. Right. You had like that really would have fell flat on their face if LeBron wouldn't start team hopping so much, because you're trying to put the league on LeBron's shoulder while he's in Cleveland. And he kept getting put out by Boston. Dwight Howard outshined him in Orlando, put him out, and he couldn't get over the hump. He had to go and join a super team to even make what they were saying about him to look factual. Like, we're saying this is the best we got to offer, but he can't get past Dwight in the East. He can't get past Garnett in the East, right? So to make it seem real, he had to join a super team. Right now, we're fabricating success for him so it can match the hype. Right. So now you got to like sell your lead to, you got to sell your lead to the devil just to make what you were saying true. Right. That's number one. Number two, the ratings was dropping. Like we still looking at the finals of 98 with the Bulls playing Utah is, I think, the last finals that was like, we haven't had a finals after that was rated higher than that. Right. So that formula is not really working. And and right now what you got with Caitlyn Clark is she's not really, like I said, she's not top 10. So you're marketing a player outside of the top 10. So you got to do even more reaching than what LeBron did, which is the reason why all of a sudden this great coach leaves Connecticut, this great player leaves Connecticut, and like 5 or 6 free agents, Howard, Colson, all the people you name, all of a sudden end up going to the Fever. Like, we're trying to fabricate success, and they're still playing 500 basketball. Right? So that's the issue. They're going to set themselves up for failure trying to do that. Right? And furthermore, the NBA did not expand or explode by marketing LeBron. The NBA expanded and exploded by marketing basketball. We seen great basketball with Magic, Bird, Dr. J. And then after that, we seen great basketball with Jordan. Right? But Jordan spoiled us because he gave us great basketball. He gave us success, winning, on top of being the best. Right? So it's very hard to get the trifecta where your best player is also your most marketable player and also your most successful player. So what they're doing now is they're taking the most marketable player and they're putting all their chips on them, and then the success and being the best is something we gotta figure that out. How can we make her the best, or how can we make her successful, or make him the best, or make him successful? They got to figure that out, because there's no more Jordans are walking through that door that's doing all three of it naturally. You fabricating so much, and we can see through the fakeness. Like at least with LeBron, at least at least you could argue he was the best player in the league when Kobe was playing. At least you can have that argument. Well, maybe it is LeBron. It could be LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Then when Kobe retired, then it was either LeBron or KD. At least the argument is there. LeBron wasn't outside the top 10. Like, it's arguing that Caitlyn Clark is the best in the league right now, and they're not even arguing just that. They're also saying she's the best that the league has ever seen. I ain't never seen the best of the league ever seen, not even top 10 in the league currently. Right? So arguing that Caitlyn Clark is the best in the league right now is the same as arguing that LeBron is the best in the league right now at 40. That's how ridiculous that argument sounds. Like, she's not even close. Like, Nafisa Collier is light years ahead of this girl. Light years. And then Nafisa Collier is, first of all, she leads the league in scoring right now. And she's the top MVP candidate. Not only is she leading the league in scoring, she won Defensive Player of the Year last year and was number 2 in MVP votes. So you got a top scorer who's also the Defensive Player of the Year candidate. She won it last year. She's a candidate again this year with averaging 2 blocks and 2 steals a game. So you got the number 1 scorer with the number 1 record in the league, who's also a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. And we're talking about who the best player in the league is. Like, so, I mean, like, it's T-Bird is crazy, dog. It's crazy, man. Like, it's very hard for me to. It's very hard for me to. Like, the WNBA and the NBA continuously feed their fans pork chop but tell them it's chicken. Like that's the ultimate gaslight. Like you feel like you're going insane. Like, man, what are y'all saying that I don't see that? Like, I know this is pork chop and I don't eat pork. So why are you trying to feed me this? Nah, that's chicken. No, this is freaking pork chop. No, it's chicken. It's pork chop. Like, that's what the WNBA is doing. Look, this is the best player we got to offer right here. And I'm here looking at the fees. Like, are you serious? The best? Come on, dog. Paige is better than her. Paige is better. I mean, she just got, only thing Caitlyn got for is that she got an offense that's centered around her getting her numbers. The primary objective of the Fever's offense is for Caitlyn to get the shots that she likes. And then the second priority is make sure that if Caitlyn can't get the shots, that whoever she pass it to better shoot it so she can get the assist. And then when she goes sit down on the bench, I mean, Mitchell, it's your turn to go one-on-one. That's how good of a scorer Mitchell is. Like, that's the same offense that they ran with Kyrie Irving. Hey, LeBron, he's gonna generate the offense off a high screen and roll. Shoot, I don't know what happened to my daggone screen. LeBron's going to generate the offense. He's going to go get his points, and when he goes sit down, Kyrie Irving, it's your turn to go one-on-one and get your points. My bad. My screen just blacked out. But yeah, they just. I mean, I hate that offense, man. And that offense always generates a lot of stats for whoever they're running it for. And I just don't understand how so many basketball people can't see through that and see that. Like, of course you're going to get these stats. The offense is designed for you to get these stats. Like, that's not impressive. Like I'm going to prioritize you running an offense that caters to you over winning. Like that. I mean, I've coached plenty of teams. There's no way I'm going to let the player who takes the most shots for me also be the person that that's responsible for distributing the ball and running the offense. Like, that's ass backwards. And imagine if John Stockton also took 25 shots a game and all Karl Malone did was set high screen and rolls for him and roll to the basket. Like they actually ran the high screen and roll offense. Like, that's funny that I picked those two. They did actually run screen and roll, but off of Karl Malone screening for Stockton, there was a lot of things to that offense, right? Number one, it was either going to be a roll from Malone or a pop from Malone, and he developed that elbow jumper really good, right? So the focal point of the offense was really Malone. Stockton would initiate the screen, and you would have to deal with what you was going to do with Malone, because when he got that jump shot so good, when he started winning MVPs, he didn't have to roll all the way to the basket. He could pick and pop, and Stockton would pocket pass right to Malone, and that elbow jumper was right there. Bam. Right? Or he'll roll and get something going to the rim, or they'll just throw the ball in the wing and throw it in the post to Malone. Malone got a lot of post-ups. Right? They're not using Boston like that. Boston is a post-up player. They're not using her like that. She rarely gets post-ups. When they was losing last year, what changed is all of a sudden that coach was like, I'm running the offense through Boston. And I think this was probably like within their first 5 or 6 games, they couldn't really get wins. I think they might have been like 2-5. You know what I mean? Something like that. And they couldn't get wins in one game. And they was trying to run Caitlyn's offense. And in one game, the coach just changed it and was like, we're running everything through Boston. and Boston had her best game of the season, and end up with like 20 plus points, a double. She had 10 something rebounds. I mean, she was all over the place. Boston was balling. And you know what happened? I'll go to Twitter and I go to the YouTube channels that cover the WNBA, and the Caitlyn Clark fans was in a friend. They got one of their first one of their best wins when Boston was running everything through the post. Caitlyn only had like 9-10 points that game. Boston was killing it. The Caitlyn Clark fans was in a frenzy on YouTube. Trade Caitlyn Clark right now. If this is how you're going to use her, just trade her. Why did you draft her if you wasn't going to run offense through her? She's not supposed to be a player just throwing the ball in the post. Get rid of her. Like, I did a show on it. Like, that was pissed. I'm like, wait, y'all got to win. That's not what they want. They don't want to win. They want to win with seeing Caitlyn perform like she did in college. They don't just want to win. They want to win that way. Right? So nonetheless, and lo and behold, what happened in the offseason? That coach is out of there. Coach is gone. The player that guarded Caitlyn the best and really, you know, she had problems with in Kennedy Carter, where's she at? No team signed her. And she was an all-star. Nobody signed her. That's funny. The coach who wouldn't let her run the Caitlyn Clark system is out of there. And the player who embarrassed her the most, Kennedy Carter, is out of there. Right? Imagine it. Imagine that. T-Bird said Clark's vision is super special and rare, but her decision making and her vision isn't on the same page. That's why she's a turnover queen. Yeah, like I'm telling you, she's exactly what Jason Williams was in Sacramento. Like, Jason Williams' vision is off the chain as well. But the IQ, okay, we on a run, we on a 6-0 run. We down 10, we on a 6-0 run. We just got to steal, and we can cut the lead to 2 right now. Jason Williams will come down, and then here's mine. Oh, it's highlight time. And he'll throw one of these right here from half court. He'll throw a pass like this from half court. He thinking it's showtime. Like, who thinks showtime? You know what I'm saying? So Clark is like that as well. She, you know, she's not reading the room well, where somebody will cut and, like, you know, I don't want to turn the ball over right now, and I see it's a tight space right here. I can fit that pass in, right? But you also gotta be aware of what's going on in the game. You know, sometimes you gotta be conservative and say, it's like, put it this way. There's times where depending on what the game was like as a point guard, you got to be able to read this. Like, I might be playing with my home, like when I played with Bird, my homeboy Bird, he's 6'7", you know, and he played like Marcus Camby when we was in high school. He, you know what I'm saying? He was a lob threat. He catch stuff off the rim a lot. He was a good shot blocker, right? And when he first started dunking really good, probably in 10th grade, maybe 9th or 10th grade. I'll say 9th grade. Not when he started catching lobs. He always wanted the lob. So we'll be on a fast break. All you'll see him running, doing this right here, right? As a point guard, sometimes you got to be like, I could throw this lob, but I'm not. I'm actually going to try to run offense and get a really good shot. Like, just depending on the flow of the game. You get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's not time to risk it to get the biscuit. You know, sometimes it don't call for that. Caitlyn Clark don't never turn down none of that. If she see an opportunity for a spectacular pass, she's doing it every single time. Every single time. Right? Another thing. There's times where all right, so Bird was a lob threat. There's another time where we had players I ain't gonna say their names, right? You know, these are my homeboys, right, that I grew up with, but I won't say their names. But some of these guys can't run and catch at the same time, right? So I know that. So I would see them streaking, and they might have a step on somebody and have their hand up like Randy Moss and want me to throw them a ball. And I'm knowing if I throw this ball to them, for someone who's really coordinated, they might be able to catch it right there at the rim and do something and get a layup, you know, because by the time they catch this, they're going to be under the rim, right? That's the only place I can put it where the defender is not going to get it. I have to put it ahead of them, and by the time they catch it, they're going to be under the backboard. I know for a fact you ain't got no package for under the backboard shots. You're going to screw this up. That's going to be a turnover. Even if you catch it, it's going to be a turnover. So I'm looking at my personnel. I'm looking and I'm watching them run full speed. And I'm like, nope, not doing it. Caitlyn Clark don't care. Aaliyah Boston is a wide body dragging a wagon of seam back there. You don't throw full court passes where she's going to end up catching it under the backboard. You don't throw that pass. You say, nah, I think like, and this is what, because you don't ever want to discourage your big girl or your big man from running the floor. So what coaches will tell you as a point guard, if your big girl or your big man is running the floor, you have to find a way to reward them, because you don't want to discourage them from running the floor. You want to reward them when they're running it, especially if they just made a defensive play. These are the people that's getting all the rebounds for you. When they run the floor, please reward them, right? But it's sometimes you be like, oh, no, that's a turnover. I already know it. I'm not throwing it. Like, that'll be a dope pass, but the game is tied right now, and we really need this bucket. So I'd rather not pass it and then bring the ball up and get an offense. So if I see you and I don't think it's a good pass for me to throw to you, I tell you, I saw it. And I put the hand up like, all right, well, look, we go chill. And you know that we're trying to get a good shot. But I'm telling you, I saw you. I didn't look you off. I saw you, but not now, right? And then I come up court, and then I tell you right here, mouse in the house, come post up. And I get you the ball so you can get a shot. But I'm sorry. That'll be the way I repay you. But I saw this as a turnover if I throw it, so I'm not going to throw it. Caitlyn's not doing it. She's looking for the spectacular pass every single time. Every single time I'm throwing it. I'm throwing it between three people. I'm doing all of that. And if you don't catch it, I'm going to throw a temper tantrum in front of everybody on the court. I'm going to pout all the way up the court, man. Horrible body language. Horrible body language, man. But yeah, you just can't he said, I'll put them on blast. Well, he don't watch the show anyway, so he ain't gonna go. If he watched the show, I would put him on blast. But you know what? My boy Tony. No, I'm not throwing it. And you know I wasn't throwing it. My boy Jay, who's on the panel, Jay was the one who, if his feet is moving, he's not gonna catch it. You got to give Jay the ball in the post. And he had a really nice jump hook out of that post with that left hand. But if Jay's feet moving, you do not throw Jay that pass at all. You do not throw Jay that pass when his feet is moving. But my boy Bird, man, I put that thing up there. Bird to go get it. Bird to go get that thing. Tony had two left feet, man. Hey, it is what it is, man. Oh man, I was supposed to end this an hour ago, man. Y'all got me on here, Daco. Just a yapping, man. Golly. What Fancy talking about? Fancy, how you don't watch WNBA? I think she's already close to being just as good, but I forgot she doesn't shoot like Steph Curry, so she has to work to be as good as CC. Who y'all talking about? CC don't shoot like Steph either. She just take wild shots. Like saying CC shoots like Steph is like saying that Jason Williams shoot like Steph. Right? Jason Williams could shoot the three. He wasn't a Steph Curry type 3-point shooter though. Like, let's do this. I'm gonna pull some up for y'all. Pull some up for y'all really quick. And I ain't even seen this yet. So this is about to be a surprise to me. All right, let's see what this is looking like. Let me put this on screen. Luka Vandross. Everything moving slow. It's about time for me to get off this screen, man. Everything moving slow on my computer. My Wi-Fi jacked up and everything. Now my phone jacked up. Messed up my call-ins, man. All right, let's pull this up. Can I get this off screen? Let me get this off screen too. Clear everything off. All right. Where we at? WNBA leaders. This is what I don't like about. So I guess that Caitlyn hasn't played enough games. I do playing 2 points a game. But they don't have her. They don't have her on this list though. Right. So I think Caitlyn is averaging 22 points a game. I think she is. I don't know. But here's Nafisa. Right. 26. She was averaging almost 30 a couple of games ago. She kind of slowed down. But 20, 20 points, 21 points. That's like a high amount of points for the WNBA, right? Of course, Angel is leading in rebounds with 12 a game, right? So that's a big deal. But look who's number 5 in rebounds. Nafisa again. So she's number 1 in scoring. She's top 5 in rebounds. So she's doing a lot for her team, right? And this ain't designed stuff. Like no one's designing for her to get rebounds. That's hustle and effort, right? I think Caitlyn is getting 10 assists a game. So she should be number 1. I think she's ineligible for some reason because of the amount of games she played. But there's Paige as a rookie. 6 rebounds. Interesting. Look who's number 4 in blocks. That name Nafisa again. Almost 2 blocks a game. So she's a defender as well. Right? Caitlin Clark, 3-pointers made a game. Almost 4 threes a game. She shoots a lot of threes. Would get to her percentage later. Right? But look at the steals. Look who's number 2 in steals at 2 steals a game. That Nafisa name again. Interesting. There's Paige as well, 2 steals a game. She plays defense as a rookie. Interesting. Right? Now let me look at 3-point percentage. I'm really interested in what 3-point percentage is looking like. Can we get 3-point percentage? Let's see if we can get that. The Nafisa Collar team is 9-1, by the way. Okay. All right, I like this one better. Nafee's name is all over the place. 3-point percentage. Okay. Look at these 3-point shooters. Right? Look at those 3-point shooters. 58%. Lexi Hole, who's on Caitlyn's team, 56%. Phoebix, which played for the Liberty, they won the championship. She was a rookie last year. Phenomenal rookie. 48%. McConney from Phoenix, 47%. Somebody else, 47%. These are really good 3-point shooters. Caitlyn is shooting it at like 36%. Like Caitlyn is not the 3-point shooter that Steph is. She's not that type of 3-point shooter, y'all. Y'all got we got to get that out of our head, yo. We got to get that out of our head for real. She's not like that, dog. She's not like that. Here she go with her 9 assists. That's good. That's good. Where's her points at? I thought she averaged 22 points though. So they got on here for assists, but they don't have on here for points. Is she averaging 22 or not? I thought I saw that somewhere. What is she averaging this year? She played 5 games. What is she averaging? Yeah, she's averaging 22 points, dog. I don't know why they don't have her on the scoring list. Maybe she ain't played enough games. I think that's weird. But yeah, she's shooting 37% from 3. And she shoots a lot of threes a game. She's shooting 72% from the free throw line. That's not Steph Curry. Steph Curry is 94, 95%. Free throws are free. She's shooting Scottie Pippen type free throws, 72%. That's not good. She's not the shooter that people claim. She shoots 10 threes a game. 10. That means she at 36%. That means she's making 3.5 a game out off of 10 threes. She shot 13 last game. She shoots a lot of threes, y'all. Hold on, y'all couldn't see that. Hold on. Let me make that bigger for y'all, so y'all can see them percentages. There we go, right there. There's her percentages. She shot 34% last year, so she's improved to 36%. She shot 34% last year. What was her free throws last year? Okay, she shot it at 90% last year, so maybe she in a little slump. Okay, so 90 seems about that's Steph Curry type stuff. Yeah, I say that. So her free throws should come up. I don't know why she missing them so far this year, but yeah, we got listen. We got to stop throwing names like Steph Curry around like that. She's not that. She's not that. Yeah, she missed about 4 games when she was hurt. She missed about 4. I think they won half the game she was out, but you know the record with her on the floor is pretty much the same with her off the floor. So yeah, man, listen. Don't be fooled, man. Don't be fooled, y'all. Don't be fooled. But anyway, man, I'm about 3 hours, man. I'm gonna get off this stream, man. I appreciate everybody that called in. Sorry that I had technical difficulties. I'll have it fixed by tomorrow. Thanks T-Burt for calling in. And my homeboy from Washington and Sabrina, thank y'all for calling in. Fancy didn't call in. I just want to know if you're Young Disciple or not. That's all I need to know, man. I just need to know if you're Young Disciple or not. That's all. I just want to hear that we not getting played like we was when Pam Brown was commenting. Well, Fancy, you got to call. I just leave a voicemail. I just got to hear that you don't sound like I just got like if you call and you don't say bro, then I know that it's not Young Disciple. Yeah, call, leave a voicemail, just say I'm not Young Disciple, and don't say bro, and then I believe you. That's all you gotta do. Other than that, I'm just gonna assume you're a Young Disciple because I already went through this already. I already went through this already, man. You could be young, you could not be young. I don't know. Oh man, guarantees ain't all that good, man. But all right, y'all. Let me rap with you. My phone not working, y'all. It ain't the Bluetooth can't connect them properly, and for some reason whoever call in can't hear me. So my bad, with dog. I get you on Fancy didn't call in. Not. Well, y'all so daggone stupid, man. Hey, look, it's gonna be a good show tomorrow, though, y'all. I got some good topics tomorrow. Yeah. Next time, y'all, we'll rap next time. It ain't gonna be about that old stuff. We ain't reheating no cold takes, y'all. I need to see if I can fix my daggone. Hold on, I need to see if I can fix. I'm gonna take a call in, y'all. I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna restart my phone because I gotta see if it's my phone or if it's my my Rodecaster. Hopefully my phone just need to be restored or something. I don't know. Rodecaster do be acting up sometimes. I know with one of my phones, it was a bad lag. But with the iPhone, it's a little bit better. Young said that ain't me. Dude, y'all keep commenting back to bike. I think Young over there like this. Just double fisting comments. Hey, Young, hold on, don't call in yet. Let me hook it back up real quick. Man, it's a long daggone live, man. I hate doing super shows. All right, Young, call in. And then if you can't hear me, then it still ain't working. Caller, can you hear me?
Yes, hey Mal, this is Sabrina. I'm just calling in this. It was no problem with you.
Oh, okay. So it
was a problem with that gentleman's phone.
Yeah, but it happened again when T-Bird called in though, so it had to be me. But I just restarted my phone. I mean, I ain't had no issues when you called, but I restarted my phone and it's working. So let me Young tried to call in just now. Let me hang up. I'm gonna answer
right.
Young phone.
No problem.
And see if that worked. All right, thanks, Sabrina.
Okay. All right. Good night.
Yep. Hey, Young, call back. Call back, Young. All right, there go Young right there. Let's see if it worked. Hold on. Young, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Okay, so yeah, I just need to restart my phone then. Oh, he hung up. He hung up. Hold on, wait. Oh man. Young, why you hang up, man? Young. So it's acting up again. Can you hear me, Young?
No, yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Why you hung up?
Nah, that was my Bluetooth, bro.
Oh, okay. Hey man, you got another account? You Fancy and Pam Brown?
Man, bro, stop playing with me, bro. Like, what the hell? Ain't nothing fancy about me,
bro. I ain't say nothing was fancy about you. I'm trying to figure out who Fancy is.
That ain't me. I don't know who that person is. What they said something about me?
Nah, they ain't saying nothing about you.
What? No, why you think that person me?
Cause they scared they wouldn't call in. I was like, why this person won't call in? It must be a dude with a female picture on that YouTube thing.
Nah, nigga, Pam Brown, nigga, that's my sister. That's my sister YouTube account. Man, I just keep using that motherfucker. That's it.
Oh no, I remember when you told me that. I already knew that. Yeah. But I want to make sure. I want making sure Fancy wasn't your other sister account.
Nah, nigga, come on, bro. What's up, brody? What's poppin'?
Ain't nothing, man. I wish I had my phone working the whole show, man. What was good? What you? I got about 3 minutes before we end it.
I just wanted to tell the basis of what we was talking about that.
Hold on. I can't hear you. You far away.
I say sometimes I think you be here, like I think you hear what I'm saying, but you don't be like listening. You think I be combative and all that, but I be trying to prove.
You be combative a lot.
Nah, not really, bro. That's just how I talk, bro. So you hear the way you like. It's just the way I talk, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey, but what you think on pop off with? You think SGA? Bro, stop calling him the face of the league, bro. Why you be doing stuff like that, bro?
Why I can't say that though?
Bro, SGA ain't no face of the league, bro. Long as LeBron in the league, bro, he the face, bro. We both know that.
I guess it depends on what we saying the face is. I mean,
what you call the face?
I'm probably not describing it the right way. I think the face. I think what you're saying is more correct and more accurate. I think the face is whoever is the guy that everyone looks up to and look at as the guy. Right, and that would be LeBron. But the way I'm talking about it is who is on. You ever played King of the Hill as a kid?
Negative.
Okay, so King of the Hill, like we used to have a lot of dirt hills, in North Carolina, and like we'll play on those dirt hills, and we'll climb all the way. Somebody get to the top of that dirt hill, and everyone else would be climbing up the sides of the dirt hill, and the object of the game is get to the top and throw the king off. But while we're no, So, but listen, while you're crawling up the hill, everyone else is fighting too. So, like me and you could be side by side climbing up the hill, and I would be fighting to push you down, all so I can get to the top and fight the king and push him down. Right.
Yeah,
And the object of the game was to stay on top of the hill as long as possible. And it's almost like playing knockout in basketball when you're playing 1-on-1 and the first person to score win, and then the next person come play you, and we see who can stay on the court the longest. Well,
okay.
So that's what King of the Hill is, but you're really knocking somebody off the hill. So
we don't got no hill down here.
What I'm saying is what SGA done this year and last year.
Yeah.
I put him on the top of the hill right now.
Like best player in the league? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay. So your best. So you basically your best player in the league. It fluctuates from depending on who wins the championship.
No,
or it got to be sustained, like SDA's been like 3 years.
Sustained.
Yeah,
sustained.
Okay, bro.
And it also has to be. It has to be based on what I see, how you play. Like if I play, if I'm watching you play, and I'm like, oh, this is the most complete player.
Yeah.
Then and then you sustain it, and then you actually go get the hardware. Then I'd be like, oh yeah, that's the best player in the league.
Okay, bro. Let me ask you this question before I let you go. I'm gonna let you go. Hey, take Kobe out of the situation. We're gonna take and we're gonna just count like the 2000 and I mean I know Kobe played them years, but we're gonna take. I'm just talking about. We're gonna take everybody out that came in the league in the 90s, right? So from 2000, so that's Steph, that's KD, that's everybody else, right? Like if you had a choice, who would you say the most clutchest person has been like since the 2000s?
Clutch.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could have a number one, but I can name you some guys that I think. I guess over the last 15 years that I've been watching at a clutch.
They came in the league since like 2000.
Yeah,
like, I mean,
I think
and back.
I think Paul Pierce was clutch. I think LeBron was clutch. I think KD was clutch.
Okay.
I think Rudy Gay was clutch, but we never got to see it in playoff mode. But in games, in late games, he was the guy to go get that shot. He wasn't afraid of it. Rudy Gay has been clutch.
Bro, you keep saying Rudy Gay, bro. You sure you don't mean Joe Johnson, bro?
Nah, Rudy Gay.
You mean Rudy Gay that played that came from UConn?
Yes.
Oh man, bro, you be getting you be having I'm saying your qualifications be light for some players, bro, and bro, Rudy Gay.
I seen him hit a lot of clutch baskets, and I seen him, you know what I mean. Now hitting clutch baskets is just a part of being clutch. I think showing up in clutch situations and games is more than just a go ahead clutch basket with 2 minutes or less in the game. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more than that. I think this game 5 was a clutch game.
See, and I heard you say that last time because I heard you say you said I heard you say game 7, the whole game is clutch, and I agree with that. But like when I be saying clutch, bro, I be going strictly off of the NBA qualifications of clutch. I don't be going off because we can all like have those same fit. Like if we say a whole game clutch, like just like you said a game 5 clutch. So you know what I'm saying? I think some of that stuff is subjective. So to cut out all the subjective or the biases a person can have, I just go by the NBA definition.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't mean to sound.
I mean, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but this gonna sound bad when I say it, young, and everybody that's listening, forgive me for what I'm about to say. But I mean, this gonna sound bad. I don't want to be this dude, but I actually think I actually think that the people running the NBA are basketball illiterate. I think they're dumb, right? So taking their definitions for anything, I really prefer how I see it over what the NBA is providing. I just think they're idiots.
I mean, I get that, but you do get that. We can't leave that in the hands of every person. You get that, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. I mean, some people might have to take the NBA's definition for it. Me, I opt out. You know what I mean? I opt out. I mean, like right now, I leave that on. But no, I don't limit it to just what the NBA say, because I know the NBA say a lot of dumb stuff. Clutch has NBA just defined clutch 2 years ago when they came up with the clutch award. Well,
That's the clutch award, but they define clutch ever since 1997.
Yeah, and they defined it as 2 minutes go ahead baskets, which takes, as a matter of fact, no, they didn't say 2 minutes. They said
5 minutes.
No, they said 5 minutes.
It's 5 minutes when the score is within 5 points.
So while we was talking, somebody looked up Rudy Gay and said that they just found the story from 2023. Rudy Gay has made 41% of his shots in the final 5 seconds to tie or take the lead. No one else in the past 25 years is above 33%. Rudy,
but that's a lie, bro. But that's a lie.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. I got numbers right here, bro. I think
the numbers you're looking at is LeBron.
No, it ain't just LeBron. I got clutch numbers, period, bro. Most of that shit in my head, bro.
You know, like, do you know LeBron is like 1 for 28 since he been in LA in clutch go ahead baskets?
Man, bro, that's a bro. See, you got to be understanding what people feed you. That's a regular season stat, bro. Regular season, yeah, regular season. But if we go to the playoffs, bro, shots to tie or take the lead in the final minute, LeBron 23 of 50, 46%. Like, you know what I mean?
In the playoffs, why he been in LA?
That's his playoff career, period.
Oh, I'm talking about LA. He 1 for 28.
No, that ain't a playoff stat though.
Okay.
Like them regular season, bro. Them regular season. I'm saying, bro. I'm saying regular season clutch points like really don't move me, like, because it doesn't matter what a person do in the regular season. Everybody gonna want to see it in the postseason. That's why I stick to straight postseason clutch numbers. Like the regular season, that shit. Like, do you care? You really care about regular season, like buzzer beaters and stuff like that? I mean, I don't.
I mean, if we're talking about what clutch is, you can clutch moments are in the regular season too.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm just saying how we weigh it though. I'm not gonna weigh it real heavy as far as I go, like, because you can do all that in the regular season and then get to the, like, bro, Joe Johnson got if I'm not mistaken, Paul Pierce, bro, he got 8 buzzer beaters, bro. But like,
it's a lot of clutch players out there, man. A lot of clutch players out there.
That's a bit, bro. What's your show tomorrow gonna be? I'll just focus you tomorrow.
Yeah. I got a couple of topics, man. It ain't gonna be much on the finals, man. I just wanted to post game and talk about the game a little bit today, but I went on some other topics because the comments took me there. But tomorrow, is LeBron gonna be in your topics tomorrow? I don't think so. Do you want him to be in the topics?
Hey, bro, I want to be in the topics. I think I love your little audience. Nigga, I love it to death, bro. I love it.
Hey, well, you text me the LeBron topic you want to talk about, man. Maybe I'll throw it in there. But I think I really want to do my early. So I want to have this conversation about Stephen A. Smith talking about Giannis underachieved. Right,
man, that nigga was wrong, bro. That nigga, bro. Somebody gotta stop that nigga, bro. Cause I mean, my bad for saying the word, but somebody gotta stop him, bro. Cause man, bro. I don't know, bro. That boy, he got too big for his britches, bro.
Who's Stephen A?
Man, way too big for his britches, bro.
Hey, T-Bird said, "What are y'all talking about? LeBron has missed the clutch stats and had the most missed. I think the most missed shots in. Hold on. LeBron is the." I think he's saying LeBron has missed the most clutch shots in NBA history.
Now watch this. The other day, bro, when you Googled the clutchest players in NBA history, was LeBron in that group?
Yeah, when they narrowed it down to 5 seconds or less, I think he was.
So just tell T-Bird stop listening to all that blah blah blah. Well, just tell T-Bird to pull up tomorrow. Yeah, tell her pull up tomorrow. I got smoke for all that.
Hey, this is what I'm gonna do tomorrow, y'all. I'm gonna do my show, right? I'm gonna run through my topics. I'm gonna take phone calls, and then I'm gonna end the stream, and I'm gonna start a new stream and share the link to everybody. And we all go get on the panel, and we gonna have a debate, and that can be on whatever y'all want it to be on, right? So I think that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. So I'm gonna do 2 streams tomorrow. I'm gonna do my show, and then I'm gonna end it and start a new show. And I'm sharing a link, and everybody go join, and we gonna have a debate. Easy day. That's if I get the 150 likes that I want. We'll do that. And as a matter of fact, we'll do 100. We'll do that every time I get 150 likes during the show. We'll open it up for everybody, and we'll do a live open debate. Easy day. But all right, man. Thank y'all. Peace.